Muito prazer, chegou um novo T-Cross, um SUVW para quem valoriza conforto, tecnologia e segurança. Com novo design e novo acabamento sofisticado. Vá até uma concessionária Volkswagen e conheça. Paz no trânsito começa por você. Você que está aí ouvindo esse podcast e faz exercícios. Sei que você provavelmente bebe só água para se recuperar. Mas você sabia que a água pode não ser o suficiente para hidratar nosso corpo, seja durante ou após a atividade? Ainda bem que chegou o Gatorade Zero.
Zero açúcares e com eletrólitos e vitaminas para te recuperar para a próxima rodada. Experimente o novo Gatorade Zero.
Home brewers, craft brewers, beer lovers, beer drinkers.
Get ready for an all-new experience in information exchange and beer culture.
Your only source for live beer radio that brings expert brewers from around the globe
right to your home.
You're not just listening to broadcasters, it's the Brewcasters
on the Brewing Network.
I hear you on the radio.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Sunday show. It's the session and the show that brings, people to you, right to your home, and they're from all over the world, except usually just from the U.S.
Yeah, I think you should just replay the intro.
Hey, the show for home brewers and beer lovers and craft brewers. Welcome to the session, everybody. Glad to be back, although we're sans Doc today, which is never pleasing to me. I don't like doing shows without Doc.
Yeah?
The shows always turn out fine, but
yeah.
Doc's he's just so comfortable to have around.
Yeah.
You know that if you get a toothache, he can help you.
Fall down and chip your tooth.
Yeah.
He's there.
He's right there. If you got any weird beer questions, he's ready.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to know about goats, he can answer that.
Yeah.
He's just kind of the guy. But no Doc this week. And I forgot, actually, until late last night when I got a drunken message from Doc.
Oh.
Doc likes to drunk dial me.
Yeah?
Usually the drunk dial involves some ex-girlfriend or,
Yeah, but he can't do that. He's married.
He's right. So I'm his drunk dial partner.
Yeah.
And,
partner.
I saved the message.
Oh, good.
I'll be playing
can
it
you
for
play
you.
It? Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
I have put it into play mode. I figure if he's not going to be here, might as well berate him.
Good.
So I've saved the message. We'll be playing Drunken Doc. It's a short message, and he's rehearsing his German on me. This is how drunk Doc is in this message. So that's always fun. Bevo's back in the chat room with you. Bevo, welcome.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good. You like your job so far?
So far.
Because you've been back. I never know until Sunday whether or not Bevo's going to do it.
Right.
But every week she's like, yeah, I'll be there, sure. I think it's because she really likes Pyramid beer, and she heard that Pyramid's going to be here. And so
I do like Pyramid beer.
It's great beer, right?
It's delicious.
Didn't Sammy the Bull, your fiance, used to work for Pyramid?
He did.
Yeah.
For a brief amount of time before he was fired.
We've got an old Walnut Creek employee behind you right here, Simon. So that could be interesting. You never know what kind of things will come out of old employees. But we are excited to have Pyramid in the house with us. We've got Simon Pesh, head brewer down at the Berkeley Brew House with us. Simon, welcome to the studio.
Thank you for having me.
Glad to have you. Hey, just real quick, and we're going to get into, like we always do, the whole Pyramid deal with Simon, but I just want to know real quick, is Berkeley the main brew house for all of California?
For distribution purposes, yes.
It is.
We ship through California and also eastward into Texas and the rest of the country.
Okay. So it's a pretty big operation you guys have going down there in Berkeley.
It's a large brewery.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You don't have any locations in Southern California yet, is that right?
Correct.
So you're brewing for them, which is a pretty big market, I would imagine, and then going a little bit east into Arizona, Texas, all of that.
That's true.
Okay.
We have 2 breweries on the West Coast, and the brewery in Portland, Oregon is primarily, we're brewing for distribution purposes in the Northwest.
Okay.
Whereas Berkeley is the main facility to brew for the rest of the country.
Okay. All right, cool. So we got we got the big dude for the West Coast hanging out with us, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all remember, but way back when the Brewing Network started, you know, when we were still in someone's garage.
Right. Now we have carpeting.
Way back then, we had Pyramid on, and John Dunahauer, who I think still brews for you folks.
He does.
Yeah. John was on the show back then. Avid home brewer. He was real cool and hung out with us. I think he got. I think he was a little weirded out by our antics by the end of the show.
He's a very mellow dude.
He's mellow.
Yeah.
And we were a little
not mellow.
Yeah.
Like how I'm finishing your sentences.
It's great. Look at you. You're like a broadcaster.
Yeah, we are.
It's amazing.
Wait, what?
But John was a lot of fun, and so if you go back to, I want to say November of 2005 is when I think he was on. It was really one of our first shows that we had done. And he was a lot of fun. So, some Pyramid information there. But new things have been going on with the company. And in particular, what we're going to talk about today when we start interviewing Simon is Imperial Hefeweizen.
Nice.
And, whenever you say Imperial to me, I'm ready to go. Like, I'm down. I already say, great.
Yeah.
Especially, and listeners know it, I'm not a big wheat beer fan. And it's not because I don't think they taste good, because I do. My body doesn't like them. Hey, it gets pissed.
Yeah.
But as soon as you say Imperial, I'm in. So I may not be happy tomorrow, but you brought some with you tonight?
I brought some just for you.
Great.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to be drinking it tonight. And then I think we're also going to talk about, and this is actually my favorite Pyramid beer, Snowcap.
Oh, yeah.
Which is your winter seasonal. How many years you guys been doing that?
We've been brewing that since 1990, so it's been a number of years, yeah.
And it's a little different every year, and that's a good beer.
Yeah.
In fact, like I said, that's my favorite Pyramid beer. So I always like it when you come out with that one. We've got friends. They're really Sam's friends. I don't want to call them my friends.
I think they're Bevo's friends. I don't think they're Sam's friends.
We had to ask them not to be around tonight because they're such big fans of Snowcap that Simon, we wouldn't even have gotten to interview you. They would have been sitting on your lap and talking to you about how great the beer is the whole time.
Well, I will say that Snowcap is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's a big beer and it's a lot of fun.
It is.
People like it.
And that's why they, I think, have so much fun with it, too.
Yeah.
One of the Pyramid perks I know, I'm going to talk about a few things I know about the company as we do the interview, because I know some good things about the company that they're really cool to their employees.
You have a secret source?
I've got a secret source. But I do know this. You get like, what is it, Sam? You get like 50% off kegs or something when you're an employee. So it's sometimes even better than that. So we have a kegerator that'll fit 5-gallon corny kegs. And we used to get Snowcap for like, I don't know, $15 or some ridiculous thing. I don't even know what it was. And we didn't even steal it. Like, that was the rule.
Even.
Yeah.
They didn't even steal it.
So, it's just one of the cool things about Pyramid. You get, as an employee, they don't mind selling some cheap beer.
That's good, though.
Yeah. We always used to have Snowcap around here in the winter. That was fun. All right, let me get to a couple of announcements, but Simon Pesh here from Pyramid, and you can go to pyramidbrew.com if you want to check out all about the Pyramid Brewing Company. A lot of breweries, and you can check them all out, all the different locations. And you could also link there right off of our homepage, brewingnetwork.com. And it's the Pyramid logo there on the left. You can go right to their homepage to that, as always. Talking Imperial Hef and Snowcap with the guy today. Wanted to announce that JP's now 30 years old.
That's true. I am.
Turned 30 on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And you don't look a day over 29 and a half.
You're a sweetheart.
I wanted to say.
You're really not. You wanted to, but I can't lie to you. Is that what you're trying to say?
I wanted to say that.
Like a day over 39.
But what I mean is, you're balding, you've shaved off the rest.
Yeah.
However, Movember is treating you nicely.
Isn't it? My roommates don't like it. They think I should be on some weird website for creeps in the neighborhood.
I disagree. Chad, look at that thing on his face, and it looks a little like dirt right now.
Beautiful.
But it's filling in nicely.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, Movember's treating you well.
Good work.
Thank you. I shaved specifically for the show today, too.
Are you going to keep it in the shape that's in now?
I don't
handlebars?
know. It won't connect. It just won't connect. I was thinking about looking at the chart.
Yeah.
I'm going to chart it out and maybe shave it up on the last day and do something weird with it.
The different mustache style chart, you mean?
Yeah, because I can't do anything interesting with my... God, we sound like women right now. I can't do anything interesting with my hair. It just kind of lays there, and yours, you can do whatever you want to do. You can put it up, you can go to the left, you can go to the right.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
No. Well, it's going well.
Thank you.
For you, so I wanted
we need some listener photos.
Wanted to say
There's
that.
a couple going around in the chat or in the forum.
Yeah. There's a Movember thread in the forum.
You see BC?
I think so. Oh yeah,
he took an extreme close-up of his lips.
And he had the handlebars.
It's creepy.
He has a nice complexion.
I guess.
Like, I don't know of any listeners who want to do a close-up like that.
Even he has a close-up of his head, and then a closer-up of his mouth.
Yeah. It kind of
got a creep post close-up of his mouth.
But he has nice handlebars. And now he's shaving it off. I think he should keep it.
Yeah.
But he said Movember's over for him. If you don't know about Movember, you should join our forum, which is where a lot of the listeners go. You hit the forum button on our page there. I'll be honest, it's not working real well right now. We've got a huge surge in traffic over the last couple of months. Mm-hmm. And my web hosts, they're not happy about that. And they've put me on a punishment server.
Timeout.
That's even what they told me. They said, you're on an auxiliary server where we put all of the other traffic offenders, and you don't want to be there for very long. So
it's an offense. They should call it should be a positive thing.
I thought,
you know what I mean?
The offense to me is a good problem to have. A lot of people using the forum and the website. So we're moving servers this week. And actually, the forum's going to be down probably Monday and Tuesday. You're not going to be able to see any of this. So if you want to see the Movember pics and know what we're talking about, you got to go there today. And if you get error messages, just hit refresh a few times. You'll get there eventually. Yeah. But we're getting a new website, a new server, whatever. I don't know what it is.
It's a thing.
I have people that do that. Yeah. I don't have to do that stuff anymore.
You're big time.
I have Chad and I have people. That's what I have.
Chad's enough for two
peeps. Yeah. So don't ask me any of the technical stuff. I just know it's being done, and hopefully it'll work when it's done. But you should join our forum because that's where all the fun stuff happens. The Jameel and John Palmer book, Brewing Classic Styles, sold out, gone, goodbye, good night, gone. The signed copies, anyway. I think I'll be putting regular copies back in the store. All 850 of you that are emailing me every day wondering where your book is, it's on its way. I had to fight with the post office this week.
Yeah.
They don't like it when you drop off 200 packages at a time.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't know why, but apparently they don't like to do their job.
No.
You know, if Simon comes in here and goes, hey, when's the interview going to start? I'm not going to tell him, hey, Simon, I'm busy today. I don't have time to interview you.
Yeah.
But if you go to the post office with packages, which is what the post office, delivers, they might tell you, we don't have time for 200 packages today. So,
man.
Shet, the producer, dropped off a couple hundred packages for me the other day.
Yeah.
They're all being sent back to me. Every single one of them is being sent back to me. And it's so stupid and bureaucratic. It went from we live in this weird little spot in California where there's like 3 cities right here. But they might as well all be the same city. Yeah. I mean, they're geographically, it's not very spread out.
Nobody knows where the actual city lines are.
Right. And we're all the same, demographic, which is essentially people who live in trailers.
Enough segregation. Let's do it.
Well, it went from there's a Concord post office, which is the one I go to, even though I live in Pacheco. But Pacheco doesn't have a post office, so I go to Concord.
Right.
Well, I guess Pacheco, you're supposed to go to Martinez.
Oh.
So they decided in Concord, well, we can't deliver these. So we're going to ship them to their post office, which is Martinez. And Martinez, of course, says I can't deliver these also. And they're going to ship them to Oakland, which is the main hub where they would get shipped from. And then Oakland is going to decide we can't deliver them, and then they'll be shipped back to my house.
To have a government job.
As if you guys want to know all this stuff. The point is, I'm mailing these things, and just hang in there. Give me a week or so. They'll be there. You're going to get your
too much work. They'll go postal.
They will. And this is where the term comes from. I'm standing in the 3rd post office I had to go to that day to find out where my packages are. I mean, I'm working on this stuff, you guys. And I'm standing there thinking, this is where the term comes from.
Oh, yeah.
I could easily cut this woman's head off. I could just write off.
Yeah.
Anyway. The books are coming, everybody. Just hang in there. What you can get in the store, and I'm allowed to ship these, are shirts. You can get BN Army shirts right there in our store. People are buying them up, so get them now, because I'll only have to get more.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. Just order shirts from us. And show ideas. Now, those all go to Chad. They don't go to me. I ignore everyone I get. I don't care anymore. Guys like Simon, they show up, and I'm happy. I'm happy to do a show. All ideas, they now go to Chad. You can go to chad@thebrewingnetwork.com. He does all the booking, takes care of everything. Doing a great job, Chad. Thanks for everything.
You got it.
JP doesn't think so, but I think you're doing a good job.
I think Chad's a horrible person.
Yeah, but he's doing a good job.
Yeah, I'm sitting there.
Not a bad person. And those are your announcements for today. So a lot of things going on. Very exciting.
Nice.
A lot of feedback this week, it's kind of weird. It was almost all good feedback. There was one bad feedback, and I'll give you the gist of it, but this guy curses worse than I do. He curses worse than Bevo does.
What the fuck?
And that woman's got a potty mouth. By the way, as she's working the chat room, if you want to send questions in for Simon or anything else, just hit the Chat Now button on our homepage, and you can get us that way. Or you can call 888-401-BEER. We have an in-studio guest this week, thanks to Shat. So the phone lines are all free for phone calls and questions and everything else, and you can do that. 888-401-BEER or the chat room. So here's your feedback for this week.
Oh, my God!
You've got mail.
Kick ass.
We got a lot of kudos this week.
Those are good. You ever had those kudos, little bars?
I don't like them.
Oh, they're tasty.
But I like them when they get sent to us. And also people have been donating money for the last week or so. I always forget that some of the people have been great, been fantastic, really helping out and paying the rent.
Yeah,
and I appreciate that. I always forget, because I'll announce it one week and nothing happens. Nothing happens for a couple of weeks, and I think that people are they don't care.
Yeah,
it turns out there's that delayed listener. They're 3-hour shows, and people don't get to listen right away. So people have been donating. They've been very nice. This is an email from a gentleman, and if he didn't donate, I wouldn't call him a gentleman.
Yeah.
Who wanted us to know why he did it. So he said, Justin, I just wanted to include an email along with my donation from Bennington Brewer. That's his name in the forum. I just donated the remaining balance on my PayPal account because you probably need it more than me. Wow.
Yeah.
I've said that, I think.
The guy's right.
Yeah. I have been listening via podcast for about 5 months, and I've loved almost every minute. I like his almost qualifier. I think he's talking about your contributions, JP.
Whatever.
I've caught up on the archives, and now I'm up to speed on everything. The meltdowns are awesome. Doc is the best. You're okay too, Justine. And why not ask the rest of the listeners to do the same? Have them donate the balance that they have in their PayPal account that's just sitting there making PayPal interest. The money would go to a great cause and would help to ensure that this wonderful and entertaining show would go on. I'm going to buy a shirt soon, and we'll even do more to help out. Brew Strong, my hippie germ-fearing brewing brother, and that's from Larry, a.k.a. Bennington Brewer. Very nice of you to donate. I appreciate that. Everybody doesn't have to donate the remainder of their PayPal account, unless it's like $2, and then I say listen to the man.
Yeah.
Be a nice thing to do.
Or more.
Yeah. Here's one from a dude who just found us, and he's so far behind, he thinks he's writing to me and Daniela. He thinks that Daniela's still hanging out in the studio.
Don't break his heart.
Doing the show.
Don't break his heart.
Yeah. So he writes it to J and D. Just wanted to let you guys know that I just discovered the Brewing Network this week. I've already listened to like 8 episodes, and I think you guys kick ass. I've been brewing for 15 years, mostly Papazian style, which means he says most of his knowledge came from the New Joy of Home Brewing Part 1 and Part 2 books, plus a couple of other books that are a little impractical for the homebrewer, he says, such as books by Noonan. He says, I've listened to a shitload of stuff about fermenting, and I put off the Augrain system I was going to do so that I could instead build a double stir plate to do starters, of course. I now have 5 liters of yeast starters ready to rock and roll. Then I kept at it and upgraded to a Herm system this week for mashing. I've spent the last 2 days listening to the Brewing Network, building beer equipment. Even the kids say, ooh, and drinking beer. Lots and lots of beer. And making beer. I just want to say thanks for the show. Learned a ton. Learned that Papazian was awesome, mostly right, and brewing's a lot more complex than a few hundred pages of print. So please keep up the good work. And that's from Ed. Says cheers to everybody. And you also wanted us to know, P.S. It's Saturday night. My wort is boiling. My yeast is stirring thanks to Jamil. And I'm loaded thanks to Germany. There you go.
Dude, 15 years, that's
cool.
gotta be a trip, man.
Yeah.
You know, brewing 15 years ago, and then, you know, coming up now.
And listening to us dopes.
Yeah. And then, but I mean, brewing with all the new kind of fangled gadgets and new, you know, home brewing theories that we think all are super cutting edge.
Yeah, he's seen all that. So, I thought that was cool. And a guy just found us, so that's fun. A lot of complaints about the end of last week's show, which is where we kind of got into the rock and roll. And I use rock and roll loosely.
Right.
We played a bunch of bad music.
Yeah, we did.
At the end of last week's show. And people were angry. Those were some of the emails I can't even read. I mean, it was like, F this and bitch that and you name it. It was bad.
Oh, because we were doing like Top Gun songs, right?
Well, I think...
Careless Whisper.
Yeah, I think when you say we, what they were most offended about is Wham!
Yeah.
Which was a request by you.
It was actually George Michael, it wasn't
Awesome.
Wham! Yeah. By the way?
They also were offended by your choices, Bevo. You're not left out of the complaints.
Awesome.
Yeah. Had a bunch of really bad things.
American Idol rules.
So this guy says, hey guys, the end of the Sunday show was a joke, right?
Only
right?
if you're laughing, dude.
He keeps asking. I thought the show had been going great. Great guest, good information. Not to mention a cute girl in the chat with her own pet squirrel. That's you, Bevo, in case you didn't know.
I knew.
And then all hell breaks loose. I damn near Ralphed all over myself when JP asked to hear Wham!
George Michael. I don't think it's Wham.
You had asked for Wham
Yeah,
first,
true.
though, and then it turned out to be George Michael. What's sad is that we were able to find what you were looking for. Either way.
And you looked.
So, then he says, now that's out of my system. I just wanted to say that most of the show was great Sunday, until the unfortunate incident with the soundtrack. He wants to say, Doc, you rule. Chad, you're doing a great job scheduling guests. JP, stop being a shit stain. And Justin, he says nice things about me, which is great.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, he says, hey, keep doing what you're doing. It's kind of one of those backhanded comments. Keep doing what you're doing because without people like you giving us a good laugh, as well as good brewing information, this big old box of stupid that we live in would be almost unbearable. Thanks and keep brewing. That's from EC Hops. I thought that was really nice.
Yeah.
Except that
Parts of it are.
I think I'm destined to be like... I'm like the clown.
Everyone's monkey boy.
The buffoon. Everyone make us laugh, Justin.
Dance, boy,
Do
dance.
a little monkey dance. That's alright. I can think of worse things. Let's see... Oh yeah, here's another one about last Sunday. Just caught up with the session after being away on vacation for 2 weeks. Are you effing kidding me? That garbage you played last week covered up the homebrew songs, basically what he's saying. He says, it's usually my favorite part, but not now. So he was angry about it too. What else do I have? I'm telling you, a lot of stuff here. Hey, you remember the brewer from India who listens to us all the time?
Yeah.
Indian Beer Geek.
Yeah.
Naveen is his name, but his forum name's Indian Beer Geek. He wants to update, we haven't heard from him in a while, he wants to update us on how the BN has helped him make great beer, he says. He says he's been brewing for nearly 2 years, trying to get anyone to try or comment on his beers. There's not a big homebrew community in India, apparently. So he likes what he makes, but he never gets any feedback. He recently went to Singapore, got in touch with Scott, who's the brewmaster at Brewworks, which is a brew pub over there, and he says they have great beers, and I sampled about 9 of their beers in one night. Also brought with me an American Pale Ale and an American Wheat, which the brewer Scott was able to taste and comment on. And here's what he said. He said, I was pleasantly surprised at the quality. Usually when homebrewers bring me beers, they're really poor. But yours were very well made. I was wondering what yeast you used. I suspect that they were made with a dry yeast, which in my opinion does not give a full flavor to the final beer. To me, the only flaw in your beer was the fermentation flavor, which results from dry yeast. Your beers were on style. To improve, I would only recommend using liquid yeast. And he just says then, this would have been possible without the BN and the crazy BN army. Cheers, you guys rock, from Indian Beer Geek. So I wanted to ask Doc about that, too.
Yeah.
The dry yeast thing.
They don't, as far as I know, I mean, dry yeast are going to be a clean flavor. They're not going to produce any off flavor.
You know, though...
Just because it's a dry yeast.
But you know what? It really depends on what he's getting. We have no idea what dry yeast he's getting. Like, you guys have a really good dry yeast now. What is it?
Safe Ale?
Yeah, that's it. The Safe Ale. Like, great dry yeast, right?
Safe Ale.
I don't know that that's what he's getting. He could be getting, like, really old school dry yeast. And so then it could be a yeast thing.
I think at the same time, I don't think it's a yeast. I mean, it could be maybe just without tasting.
It could be a temperature thing.
Yeah, it could be a fermentation temperature. Without tasting
Even
it,
Simon says that might be the case. Or a pitch rate thing. Maybe not enough, too much, things like that.
Attenuation could be an issue.
Could be lots of stuff. Without trying the beer, it'd be tough for us to say.
Exactly.
Although, I'm a big fan of the liquid yeast. So I wouldn't say I don't know if he can even get that there. I don't know if he can get the White Lab stuff or even the Y yeast stuff is liquid yeast. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he can get it. Kind of a fan of it. Chris has been on the show several times talking about how the pitch rate is just right and things like that. So, but and one of the first things Simon kind of said there too, it really could be a temperature and attenuation thing.
Temperature control, aeration is essential.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. So, Indian Beer Geek, make sure you're doing that. Make sure you're controlling the temperature. Maybe you don't have to change yeast, but make sure you're controlling it. And aerating properly. I don't know if you're using pure O2, or maybe you're not aerating at all. Maybe you're doing the shake method, and some people are okay with that. Most of the people on this show have said that's no good. Even an aquarium air pump, which is what John Palmer uses, he puts the aquarium air pump onto a hose with a aeration stone, and he lets that bad boy go for like 30 minutes. He just lets it go because it's not pure O2. So he recommends that. There's a lot of just cheap ways to do it. So a couple things to think about. He had a bunch of questions he wanted me to ask, but I'm going to wait on those because a lot of them were some pretty serious yeast questions. I'll wait till we get a yeast guy in here. Here's a dude who won some awards. Just want to send a quick thanks for all the hard work, blah, blah, blah. I just took 3 first-place ribbons and 1 second-place ribbon at the 2007 Pacific Brewers Cup.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he says, my brewing success is due in large part to the information provided by you no-talent ass clowns over the past 2 years.
That's a good comp, too.
Yeah, it's a big one, right? Yeah. He's been a loyal listener since the very first show. Doesn't get to listen live, but his iPod has nothing on it but the Brewing Network archives.
Oh, wow.
It's an expensive way to only have Brewing Network archives, my friend. Thanks again. Keep up the good work. That's from Brad Nixon, BN Army SoCal Regiment, Big Bad Brad in the forum. Congrats, brother. Glad to see you winning some stuff. Another winner. Hey, brother Jay, I'm no Mike McDowell, who's in the studio with us, by the way, tonight.
Yay!
But I just got a best of show and Brewer's Choice and 2 second places at a brew contest in Albany, New York. All 3 were mini mash kits from Beer, Beer, More Beer, which is good too. We like to hear that. Best of show gets $250. So, he says, expect $50 coming your way to the Brewing Network once I get mine. Check this out, McDowell. He says, I was really touched by Mike's generosity when he won the long shot competition. So please let Mike know that his kindness is contagious.
Oh,
that's pretty cool.
That's good, man.
He says, I hope every little bit helps. So I think he did some posting in the forum about all that stuff too, so you might want to check that out. He wants to know if I want the donation to be in the form of a gift certificate to Trader Joe's, which I always like, don't get me wrong, or a stack of singles for you-know-what. I'm thinking singles, dude. That'd be fun. $50 goes, that's like 5 minutes. At the,
You're generous.
I realized the other day that the only way I know my way around the city is by, strip clubs are my landmarks. Like, I can find Thirsty Bear because it's across the street from the Gold Club. Yep. I get to work because it's 2 blocks away from Centerfolds and
just Broadway in general.
Yeah. Like everywhere I go. I found the Great American Music Hall where Magnolia had their 10th anniversary party the other day. Mm-hmm. I found that because it's right next door to Mitchell Brothers, which is a fantastic strip club I want to point out to everybody. It's kind of creepy, really. I'm kind of a creepy dude.
You're a creepy dude.
If you think about all that.
We've been telling you that for a couple years.
I'm trying not to pay attention to all that. All right, last thing, I got to take a break. I wanted to cover real quick. McDowell and McShat were they were out on a date all day yesterday. It was a day-long date. I can't believe how much these two love each other.
McDowell, was Chad at least a gentleman?
Yeah. Did he bring you flowers?
Yeah, in every way.
Yeah. He didn't try to
no advances.
Okay, good. All right.
I told JP yesterday, because we were doing the shows on CBS, and he said, where's Chat today? Oh, he's with McDowell. Well, what are they doing? Well, they've got this brew date, and then they got another beer date right after that. And JP just kind of shook his head. I can't believe those two. Like, they're inseparable. You two little homos.
We're just on the same track. I mean,
it's so cute. Yeah. Well, but one of the things you went to yesterday, first of all, not to mention the Bistro Barrel Age Festival, which I don't want to talk too much about because A, it's over, and B, it just makes everybody's mouth water. What a great fest.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah. But the other thing you guys had to go to, McDole, I don't even know what it was. It's a California state competition or something.
Yeah, it was basically an award ceremony for a beer competition, and it was this one was called the California State Beer Competition. It's held by the San Andreas Malts.
Okay.
But it's the third leg of a three-leg
what a great club name,
competition.
Okay.
And the brewer that wins the most medals in all three legs is crowned Sierra Nevada Home Brewer of the Year.
I see. And so you were in the running because of all three legs. You've done well.
Dark horse. I might have been like third place or something, but I didn't have that big a chance.
And another guy in your club, Verge Redmond.
Yeah, he had a real good chance. I think he was had the lead going into this competition.
And when I talked to you during the week, you thought it was just between you two.
No. I knew about Bud Turvo. I just didn't know what number. I didn't even bother to add up his numbers.
I see.
But he did fairly well in this competition, but I still think Verge did. Bud Turvo.
And he ended up winning.
Oh, yeah. He's a great brewer. He's been brewing good beer for a long time.
So what does he win? Is it California Homebrewer of the Year?
Yes, the Sierra Nevada California Homebrewer of the Year.
Isn't that what John was?
Yeah, John Plessé was the reigning champ. Right.
For 2006.
Yes. Right.
And now this guy's the 2007 guy.
Right.
I see.
Yes.
And you and Verge were both kind of right there.
We're in the running. Verge more than me, for sure. Yeah.
Well, I talked to Shet somewhere in the middle of the ceremony, and you had already taken like a half a dozen medals.
It's a homebrew. Yeah, I had a lot of beers in there. So
how many did this guy win? Did he get homebrewer of the year?
Quite a few.
He probably had a dozen ribbons.
He did, yeah.
Wow.
And they don't have that many categories in this particular competition. They compress them.
That's great. Have you had his beer?
Yeah, sure, it's good.
It's got to be good. That's a lot of medals.
Yeah, but I tell you what, it didn't win the long shot. Right?
Yeah, my long shot beer took a second.
Yeah.
It took a second.
Really?
Yeah, what's that?
Did you go up there and rub it in all their faces?
Did you kind of go, hey, a second, let me talk to the judge.
You
know, do you know who I am?
It must be my Tourette's, but when I walked up to get it,
yeah, I
said, hey, I said to the guy who handed me the ribbon who had the microphone,
yeah.
Oh, that's my long shot beer.
I see.
Well, then he repeats that, and then I think, well, that sounds like I'm like soured grapes. Like they could, I don't really mean it that way.
Yeah.
It's like out of proud of it kind of thing.
Oh, you
I don't want a ribbon at all.
I say sour grapes. Simon, I don't know if you know, McDole's kind of a big deal.
He looks like a big deal.
He does.
Very serious about this beer.
You know the Sam Adams long shot competition? That's your winner right there. His IPA, he won. Him and one other dude.
Yeah.
And it's called long shot for a reason. It's not easy.
It's not easy.
Yeah. So congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
So I can't believe that it took a second.
Well, it's a beer competition. I could, go into all that, a whole nother.
I'm
going to do a documentary on that, exposing beer competitions.
Are you? Is that next in your
Once
route?
I'm done in beer competitions, because they'll blacklist me, I think.
Yeah,
who won? Who took it first? Who won over you? Was it Bud?
Well, Verge won took a lot of first, and other members of my club, Mike Mraz, took a lot of first place ribbons.
You want me to talk to some people?
I could break some knees.
Yeah.
And also,
I'm surprised Chad didn't go and tank everybody.
That's my McDole!
It's McDole!
Yeah.
You don't win.
Surprised about that,
wins.
too.
Well, Chad was like, couldn't get over how many ribbons I was winning. Like
Yeah.
I didn't even think twice about it.
Yeah, he called me crying. He was,
you know what? He's up there winning. You know what, though?
Yeah.
What a great place to take someone on a date.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because then they get to see how great you are.
Yeah.
Hey, I tell you what, they had great beers on tap. Stone IPA, Lodi IPA.
Oh,
They
good.
had Liberty Ale.
Yeah,
What else did they
Anchor
have?
Liberty.
Oh, man.
Chad, don't
Stone.
Yeah, don't try to change the subject.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Now,
So,
they also
Good
give
event.
away a Homebrew Club of the Year.
Yes, that was they make that announcement. That's California Homebrew Club of the Year.
And now let me ask you this. I don't know if I don't want this to sound like a guided question, but did Doe's win the most medals?
Yeah, we won the most medals at that competition.
So but you didn't win Homebrew Club of the Year. What's the criteria for Homebrew Club of the Year?
Well, I don't know. Doc might know. He's our club president. It's obviously not the number of medals you win, which makes sense. It's by application. So you submit an application that extols the things that your club has accomplished for the year. And certainly you could mention, how you did in competitions, but I think there's more to it than that. And our club, frankly, probably needs to do more in terms of getting out there and
I see.
Doing
so
like holding a competition. For
it's a resume that gets
it's a resume basically, not a point.
You should have had me write it. I'm telling you. I got accepted to Harvard with my I'm lying right now.
Right, yeah.
But what I'm saying is I could have. If I had written that letter, easily Harvard. Forget about it. Instead, I went to San Francisco State.
If you're going to do a Homebrew Club of the Year award, and you don't seriously consider the amount of medals a club wins,
stupid.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, it should be the amount of club, and then then you can look at the extracurricular activities. But what the fuck does a club do? It brews beer and enters competitions, right?
Yeah. Well, but I guess they're also supposed to support the community.
Well, yeah, but that's not really what I mean. A beer club is to teach other people how to brew, and the more people you have, the better beer that the club is brewing.
Sure.
That means you're doing really well, right?
I agree.
Well, that's a good goal.
I'm not really mad because I'm in the club. No, it's something else entirely.
Couldn't they also take into account, and I wonder if you guys put this on the resume, I mean, Doc's in here week in and week out contributing to the beer community. And he is the president of his beer club, right? And not to mention your contributions on the show. JP's a member of Doe's. Oh, sure. I mean, I would say that anyone who says the members of Doe's aren't doing anything for beer isn't looking at the Brewing Network.
Yeah, that may be anecdotal because, I mean, you're just mentioning really a relative few number of people. I mean, as our club goes, we are the major, contributors back to the community. So there aren't too many beyond that.
What did some of the other clubs do, or the club winner? What kind of other stuff did they do?
Well, the club that won is the Maltos Falcons, and they've won many times. They're a very good club. I could certainly see why they would win.
Yeah, we've talked to them. Drew, our friend Drew, he's a Maltos Falcon.
We should get Drew. We should ask Drew what kind of things they put on their application.
Push is a Maltos Falcon, but he abandoned them.
Yeah.
He went AWOL.
Typical.
Yeah, they're a good club. America's oldest homebrew club, so they say.
Yeah. Well, they hold a competition, and they do, lots of different things.
Yeah.
They have several guys that write for Zymergy and stuff like that.
So what do you think? Are you guys going to step it up next year and start, doing stuff that you have to, I don't know. What do you got to do? What do you have to do?
No, our goals really are more about learning the knowledge and the art of brewing.
Yeah.
Not so much.
Not like
that's right, McDowell.
Freebies.
That's right.
But we're trying to do more. We're getting more people into beer judging, stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I'm just curious. I didn't know what the whole thing was about, and I was trying to think if it was the same thing that John won Homebrewer of the Year for last year. It is.
That's California, and a lot of states have those. I see them about them.
And don't you get to go up to Sierra Nevada and brew?
Yeah, you get to go and brew beer, and you get I think $500.
Did John do that? I don't remember him talking.
I don't know.
But then again, I found out John won Homebrewer of the Year 2 weeks after he won.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't talk to you.
No. Well, now he does. We share an office.
So now he has to talk to you.
Yeah. One day he's going to come flying out of the window.
Hi, JP.
Hey, John, how you doing? Good.
All right, so what's the dude's name who won? Just real quick. Again.
Bud Turville.
Bud, congratulations, man.
Yeah, he's great.
That's a cool thing. Well, maybe we should try to talk to him. Get him in here.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Because it sounds like he's making good beer. So,
definitely.
Congrats, Bud. That's a big thing. And we were real happy and proud of our boy John when he won it. So, hand that down to you too, man. Congrats. That's a big win, and a round of applause for that many awards, because that's a tough competition here in California.
Oh, yeah. There's good. It's pretty competitive for sure.
Yeah. All right.
We had a Brewing Network beer that won, too.
Really?
Yeah. Someone entered a beer under the Brewing Network.
Yeah.
Is that
Took
right?
him, second or
Could
third?
have been a second or a third. I didn't get that. Do you remember the name?
Yeah, we don't get too many firsts.
I don't remember, but...
Brewing Network.
Oh,
pretty cool stuff.
What a coincidence. Chad and McDowell don't remember someone else's name.
If it doesn't have a Mick or a Shad in it.
Well, it was a long day. So.
Did you guys meet the guy? Did you meet him?
No,
he wasn't there.
No. Oh, I see.
No.
You see any BN Army shirts there?
No, at the bistro we did.
That's where you're supposed to lie to me and say, yes, we saw a dozen. I get real depressed when you say no.
Maybe 3.
Good. And you saw one at the bistro?
And we handed out 4.
Fantastic. I like that. What a jerk. All right, everybody. I got to take a quick break. We got Simon Pesh here from Pyramid. You can go to pyramidbrew.com. We're going to start talking Imperial Hefeweizens when we come back. 888-401-BEER, or join us in the chat. You can ask Simon questions yourself. It's the session. Hang in there, kids.
You're listening to the Brewcasters on the Brewing Network.
Coming this fall. 4 beer kits and a bag of sanitizer. That'll be $4,000 for shipping.
Never. I won't pay more than $20 for shipping.
Ha ha ha! You will not find a deal like that now. Northern Brewer's flat rate shipping promotion is finished.
No! I'll never pay that much. Never!
My patience wears thin, young home brewer. You must pay too much for shipping.
Never fear. Northern Brewer's here.
Foolish Northern Brewer. Your flat rate shipping promotion has ended.
No, sir. Now we got $7.99 flat rate shipping all the time over here.
Northern Brewer has all of your home brewing, wine, mead, cider, and soda making needs. And a complete line of award-winning beer kits, including the intergalactically boozy Bourbon Barrel Porter. Still with cheap-ass shipping. Place an order at northernbrewer.com and get some flat rate $7.99 shipping action. Offer good and contiguous U.S. only. Some heavy and/or bulky items are excluded, such as glass bottles, sacks of grain, bulk DME, and oak barrels.
Take that, guy. $7.99 flat rate shipping.
Ah! My retina!
Retina? Damn near killed ya.
Why don't we all just get stoned? Get drunk and sing beer drinking songs. Between Brezhnev and Begin, Khomeini and Reagan, we might as well all just get stoned. You can't even look at the TV these days without getting scared half to death. The eyewitness news leaves me used and abused, and I find myself gasping for breath. There's strikes and inflation and strife between nations. The world's in a hell of a mess. And no matter who's hurt, there's one thing for certain: the whole world will blame the U.S. Why don't we all just get stoned, get drunk and sing beer drinking songs? Between Brezhnev and Begin, Khomeini and Reagan, we might as well all just get stoned. Like us, we don't like them. The Israelis hate the Arabs. Iran and Iraq are on each other's back, and El Salvador's still up for grabs. I wish they'd take Idi Amin and Khomeini and Gaddafi and all of the rest, tie them all to a chair and make them stare at Yasser Arafat till he uglied the whole bunch to death. We all just get stoned, get drunk and sing beer drinking songs. Between Brezhnev and Begin, Khomeini and Reagan, we might as well all just get stoned. There's mass unemployment and crime in the streets. Inflation gets worse every day. They're taxing us maximum and Congress ain't axing them. They take most my paycheck away. Now Social Security become an obscurity. Where the hell's all the money we pay? Lord, if the commies don't take us, Reaganomics will break us. We ain't got a chance either way. Why don't we all just get stoned, get drunk and
Bruce will say, yeah, I don't brew to style. I'm brewing my own beer. And it's like a German Pilsner, but it's black. Yeah, it's a sports beer. You know?
The home of live beer radio. TheBrewingNetwork.com.
Because like beer,
radio shouldn't suck. You're listening to The Session.
You're listening to the Brewing Network. Because like beer,
radio shouldn't suck.
Welcome back, boys and girls. We're here with Simon Pesh, head brewer down at the Berkeley Brew House for Pyramid Breweries. You can go to pyramidbrew.com and check it out, or link there right off of our homepage. You can check it out that way, too, and look at all the beers they do and things going on. Simon, you guys had a big concert at the place up in, was it Seattle that was going on this weekend? I know the Dandy Warhols were playing. We got invited to go, and we just couldn't because we had shows going on. But
that's a big name.
If I had realized that the Dandy Warhols were playing, I might have ditched. Hang on, there was something else too.
And this was in Seattle.
Oh, yeah. And the presidents of the United States of America were playing. They played on Friday, and the Dandies played on Saturday. That's a big deal at your place.
It was a Snowcap release party. We have a seasonal beer, the Snowcap, that comes out each winter.
Okay.
And this was just an annual party, just to an official release of that beer.
That is awesome. I had no idea. I might have dropped all the shows this weekend and gone if I
would have gone with you, man.
Yeah. I think I smell really bad today. I got flies buzzing around me in here.
When don't you smell really bad?
What is happening?
You get your arm up in the air. Put it down, buddy.
Maybe that's what it is. Speaking of smell real bad. So Bevo comes in today, right?
Wait, you're gonna kill it for everybody in the chat room right now.
I know, that's what I like.
You're gonna kill it.
I like it when when the people involved in the show become real. You know, I like that moment where the sexy radio image is shattered and they become real.
Yeah, but we're not done building that image yet, I think.
No, I'm ready.
You are.
Shoot it right down. So Bevo comes over right about the same time Simon comes over. And Bevo makes herself at home here. And she goes into the bathroom, whatever. Nobody knows, really.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what's happening. I'm in here talking to Simon. Simon leaves. He's got to go use the restroom. Bevo comes in, overhears it. Simon's got to go.
Yeah.
And Bevo looks at me and goes, he does not want to go in there right now. And I'm like, Bevo, come on. I don't want to hear that.
I'm so sorry.
And so,
talk to producer Chad.
Poor Simon, he's got he's a guest and...
Well, that's okay. I just went outside and used the bush.
Good.
Sam thought it was Chad.
Sam goes in there in between too, thinking I guess that's how awful it was. I thought it was Chad.
See, that is a producer's job, is to check the bathroom before the guest uses it. Chad, are you listening to this?
Yeah. Is it? Because I don't remember putting that in the description.
Sure.
I had a burrito for lunch. My fault.
All right. Well, I'm sorry to start the discussion that way. I just thought, I like to humanize everybody. And
let's just say she dropped the chalupa.
Yes, she did. All right. 888-401-BEER. That's our phone number if you want to ask questions, of course. You can get us on Skype. Brewing Network's our name if you want to dial in that way if you're a computer dude. And you can join us in the chat room. And Bevo's already sending me questions along.
I'd love to see that chat room after you just dropped that bomb.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Yeah, Bevo, you're not going to have fun for the next few minutes in there. Moderating those people. They'll be nice to you.
They're actually not saying anything. Oh, it started.
There's a delay.
Just kidding.
There's a 3-minute delay, so you got to give it a second. All right, Simon. So let's start talking beer with this guy. And just found out to break a few things about you. First, you've been with the company for 10 years now.
That's right. I started in 1997.
Okay.
At the Berkeley facility here in Berkeley.
How long has the facility been there? You know that?
Yeah, it was built in 97, or built in 96 and commissioned in 97.
Okay.
So it took about 8 months to build.
So you're talking ground floor here. You've been with them for since they pretty much started the Berkeley place.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Did you start as the head guy?
I was hired as a shift brewer.
Okay.
At the time.
Okay.
Ground floor, really, just production brewing. a lot of filtration. Learned the brewing system. Just paid my dues early on.
Okay.
To scrub the floors, do what you
got to
do.
work your way up.
That's right.
You were a janitor when you got hired.
That was a brewer.
You were a brewer, yet a janitor.
Which is 90% janitorial.
Yeah,
so
right.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, like Shat's my janitor around here. Yeah, but he's a brewer. You know, we call him the producer. But really, just clean shit up.
Clean shit up and keep it clean. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
But so I did that for a number of years.
Okay.
And then at the time we had a lead position open up, and so I was able to become the lead cellar person.
Yeah.
Cellarman was my job there. So kind of a supervisory role over the staff and maintain the schedule and keep QA up and that sort of thing.
All right. And what's your exact title now? Like, what is your position now?
Yeah, in 2000 I was promoted to the head brewer.
Head brewer, okay.
In Berkeley.
Great. So now you have, like, shift guys under you. You know, you tell them to clean stuff.
The whole department.
Yeah, I like that. So, like, John, he's like one of your guys.
Yeah, he's a lead, so he is my supervisor for the brew crew right now. And he's been there for a couple of years.
All right.
And, you know, he's definitely involved in not only orchestrating, like, how the days go and how the schedule is maintained, but also quality control and everything that's essential for brewing.
And are you guys a 24/7 operation down there?
You know, not quite.
Okay.
We're almost there. We expanded our cellar last year by about 20%, which was a significant increase in volume.
Yeah.
And so we have 2 shifts, and we almost run 20 hours a day.
That's a lot.
Yeah, Monday through Friday.
Okay.
So our weekends are off, which is cool.
And how many barrels are you brewing at a time? Is it a big system you guys have there?
Yeah, it's a 125 barrel brew house.
Wow.
The Steinecker brew house.
You know what's weird is I've seen a lot of brew houses around here, and I've been to that location quite a few times because you have a great restaurant there. The brew pub there is awesome, but I've never seen the facility.
It's like hidden, like you have to look up. You know, there's like stairs, and it's kind of which is hard to do because there's a lot of hot chicks that work there.
This is hard to look up.
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, you have to gotta get your nose out of the glass.
Yeah.
Look up, and there it is.
Okay.
But the brew house is visible through the restaurant.
It is.
Yep.
Okay. It's a big building, so I can imagine just the size of that thing back there
too. We take up a city block in Berkeley.
That's pretty cool. If I ever opened a place, which I'm not.
Yeah.
Right. If McDole and Shat ever open a place, I would want them to aspire to take up a city block. I think that's just kind of a cool. Imagine our place takes up a city block.
It's not too much to ask.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun to say.
It is. Our brewery's a city block. By the way, it's my brewery. I'm the head brewer. I would say that a lot.
I try not to.
Yeah, you have to hold back. I don't blame you. So now, when you got into the business, then 10 years ago, home brewer before that.
Definitely, I started homebrewing at an early age. I was probably about 15 or 16.
Really?
Yeah, in high school. And
shame on you.
That was the secret.
A California?
He wasn't drinking it; he was brewing it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
I was born and raised in San Francisco, so
okay.
I was definitely brewing with malt extracts as a kid in the kitchen.
Who got you into that? Were your folks kind of doing it, or how did you start that?
I think I got myself into it.
Really?
I really did. I was interested in different flavors of beer and not just what came in the can, that sort of thing. And imports were turning me on and that time.
See, my parents are real cool, but I can't imagine coming home and being like, hey guys, check this out.
Yeah.
I'm going to brew beer on your stove.
Yeah.
And I think they would have let me, but I don't know where I would have gotten that idea from.
Not at that age either.
Yeah.
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
You were hanging out with some hoodlums, weren't you? They were like, we need beer, and you can make it. You're the smart one in the group, so you go home and start making it.
And I convinced everyone it was legal, so it was fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Well, and it is, right? Even at the beer store, JP, you can buy ingredients.
You can buy ingredients, but once you put the yeast in it, and it starts to ferment, then it's alcohol, then you're in a minor in possession of alcohol, I think. Unless you're doing it at your house, and maybe you can pin it on your parents, or maybe your parents will take responsibility for it. But
and your parents were cool? They just supported you doing it?
They were pretty cool. I think they just recognized it was an interest, and I wasn't really hurting anybody and that sort of thing. So.
Yeah.
And plus, beer is cool. And
well, if you think of it, has that like chemistry background too. They can kind of think of it as educational,
It was a start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you actually mentioned that. We have a new listener, and he just joined our forum, and he's in high school also. Which I'm a little nervous about. I don't want him getting too involved in the forum and all that.
Yeah.
Everyone's been very nice to him so far.
Very nice.
In fact, I'm not even going to give out his name or anything like that. I'm just going to leave it alone. But he seems like a nice kid, and he's a brewer. And
He just wrote he brews at 15.
oh, is he in the chat room? All right, everybody be real. Are they being good in the chat room tonight?
They're being good.
All right.
Well, now you got to say his name. He just said it in the chat room.
Meister of Puppets is his forum name. I don't know. He's apparently a Metallica fan. You know?
Oh,
Stay in school, Meister. Stay in school.
Yeah.
His parents are very cool.
And they're cool about it? All right. Hey, no F-bombs and all that in the chat room if Meister's in there. I mean, not that we weren't dropping F-bombs in high school, but, you know, keep it clean for the poor kid.
What's wrong with you?
What about for me?
Okay. You were dropping your own bombs before the show. I don't think anybody cares.
Yeah.
All right, his question in there, he says, I'm a home brewer, still in high school, but one day wants to be a brewmaster, so he was asking how you get involved in the industry. And I think that's a good question, because now we're talking, you were a home brewer.
Certainly.
How do you end up getting into it?
Well, I guess my advice would be to study as much chemistry as you can early on, and when you go to college, bro.
Yeah,
then,
definitely go to college.
Take a lot of food science courses.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
Brew for your friends.
Brew for your friends, and be a pest at your local brew pub.
Okay.
Volunteer to shovel out the ladder ton.
Did you do that?
No, I didn't.
But I know what you're talking about.
As an employee now, as a guy who makes beer, I get a lot of people that want to volunteer. Hey, I will do this, I will do that.
We've had a lot of listeners come through saying that same thing. They're like, hey, we go down and volunteer and say, let me please shovel your mash tun. And as a brewer now, you never say no to that, right?
It's brilliant to have someone come in and say, hey, I want to work for you, but you don't have to pay me.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it also shows that you're passionate about what you're doing, and if you're going to work at a professional level, regardless of the scale, it's a lot of work.
Okay.
Anyone who works in a pub, cleaning and filling kegs, adding 50-pound sacks of grain per, up a ladder and down and shoveling at the ladder ton is doing a lot of work.
Yeah.
Which is great, and you have to have a passion for the beer.
Yeah.
So if someone is volunteering their time, then it usually shows that they're interested in what they're doing.
They're into it.
Yep.
Did you end up going to any formal schools, formal brewing education?
I studied viticulture and enology, which is winemaking.
Okay.
At UC Davis.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so originally, right out of school, I started working for wineries.
Did you think you were going to be a winemaker instead of a brewer?
I wanted to get into brewing.
Okay.
But I found the winemaking program.
Yeah.
And just changed my mind for a minute.
Okay.
For a couple of years, and then got back into beer making.
And you worked professionally as a winemaker too, then?
I have.
You have? Okay.
Yeah.
Great. But the beer thing was just kind of your passion? You didn't get as much out of the winemaking, or?
I had to go back.
You did? Okay.
Winemaking is very seasonal. Fruit only ripens once a year, and that's cool, and, we're in the right area for it.
Sure.
And, it's not like I didn't dig it, I did.
Yeah.
But I really wanted to get into an urban environment, and into a production field.
Yeah.
Where we're able to make, more social beer, not really bottles that are opened every 2 or 3 years. I just really wanted to brew beer every 2 weeks.
You were impatient.
Yeah,
Let's
impatient.
get to it.
I just wanted to do it.
Yeah. I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you one bit. And the other thing, not just the aging the wine, but I've heard brewers talk about this a lot who have done winemaking throughout the show, where they say, it's kind of a drag that it's once a year. You get grapes once a year. And so we have this big mad rush, and we get to do this, there's lots of caretaking that takes place afterward, but those ingredients, it is what it is, and it's what you get.
Right, and what I found, here's the contrast, I think, with winemaking and brewing, is that every year when you are making wine, you try to make the best wine that you can with the raw material and the grapes that you have every year. Whereas with beer, you just try to be consistent, which is usually the challenge if you make a recipe, to replicate it.
Yeah.
I really like that third batch I did. How come my fifth batch doesn't taste that way?
Sure.
Once you're able to refine that, you really become a seasoned brewer.
Difference between a brewer like me and a brewer like McDowell, who actually can replicate the brews he does at home, and then certainly the professionals who are doing it all the time. Tell me about that just a little bit, because you guys, and we're going to talk about your Imperial Hef in a bit, but your Hefeweizen, by and large, is your most popular beer. Is that right?
Certainly. It's about 60-70% of what we do.
Okay. And you've won a lot of medals for it. It's a very great Hefeweizen. With ingredients changing every year. You know, the crops are different. Is it challenging for you to keep producing that same Hefeweizen? Do you have to make a lot of adjustments every year? Or do you let it change?
Well, that's a great question. We have the instrumentation to monitor differences from one batch to the other.
Okay.
Not only in crop year of the grain, but bitterness. Some of it, of course, is subjective. You know, flavor profile can be subjective, as if you were judging any beer in any category. But once you're given the tools to monitor your batches, we're able to work backwards and be consistent because we have a very tight set of release parameters.
I see. See, as kind of loose as I am about my brewing, I think if I were able to see that and see it happening and watch the changes, I'd get all anal and freaky about it. I get real uptight.
Dude, I don't think that you're kind of loose about your brewing.
Yeah, I know. But once, if I could actually see it taking place, I guess what I'm getting at it, and I'm asking you is, you know, do you end up really sort of obsessive about how things change and how you have to kind of get it back under control? And
proactive and protective.
Yeah, okay.
Obsessive.
Not so much.
That's a matter of opinion,
right?
Yeah.
We'd have to ask some of your employees.
I wouldn't say that about myself, right?
Yeah. We're going to have to conduct some pyramid interviews.
Let's get some of the shift brewers on here.
And find out if Simon's actually obsessive. But it's your job to produce that beer the way people expect it to be, I suppose. So.
Exactly. So we're careful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And now you guys have this Imperial Hefeweizen. And correct me if I'm wrong. Are you big on new beers all the time, or do you just have this core and you kind of stick with that? Because I thought this is one of the most unique beers you've put out in a while, and I didn't know if that's because you guys try to stick with the core, and this was something extra, or maybe I'm totally wrong and you guys are doing new things all the time.
Well, we got together as a group, I think as a company, and decided on a couple of things. One was that we wanted to have more of a presence as an innovative brewing company.
Great.
So that's new this year, as well as having rotating handles available through our restaurants and through our pubs.
Mm-hmm.
So we took the measures to do that. One was just to get together, taste beers, come up with different ideas, establish a schedule for when new beers would come out on a production scale, meaning bottled and kegged. And the other idea was just we built a small brew pub in our Seattle location so that we would have a one-man brew pub to make beers for draft so that we could also rotate specialty beers on a keg basis on tap through our restaurants.
So it's like your own pilot brewery there, just to try different ones and keep them moving?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And so we all got together as a group from, every division, marketing and sales and operations, which is me, to share ideas and watch the industry, what's popular, what do we like, what fits our identity.
Yeah.
And come out with something. And this is the first recipe that we have come up with since that collaboration.
Great. And it really does fit kind of the company, obviously, because it's an extension of your Hef, your sort of mothership beer. And you guys are your line of Weizen beers in general. I know you've got when you guys do an Oktoberfest, it's actually an Oktober Weizen, right?
Correct.
And you've then got an Amber Weizen, and it's a great line of beers actually. And so it kind of fits with that. Where did you guys decide, as an extension, we want to do, this is what did you tell me, 7.5%?
7.5% alcohol by volume. Correct.
Cheers to you. That's a great
idea.
Like that? Number one, first of all. It's a fantastic idea. But why not one of your other beers? Why the Hefeweizen? Why should that have been your Imperial?
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head right there. This is not a style that is being produced on a production scale in the United States right now. So because our identity is really tied to wheat beers, unfiltered wheat beers, it seemed like a natural fit. If we're going to create a premium line, if we're going to make an Imperial anything, let's start with something that no one else is doing that is going to fit our profile.
Right.
So
that fits.
Yeah.
Certainly does.
It's been well accepted, and I think it's a good example of probably a Weissbach.
McDole? What do you think of this beer?
I like it. It's very good.
Yeah?
It's very, it's well balanced. It's nice and fruity, which I'd expect wheat beer to be.
It is, yeah.
And,
I'll tell you, it doesn't, I don't want to say it doesn't taste imperial, because it does taste big.
It's a sleeper.
But right, because it's no hot alcohol. You don't have a lot of fusel coming out of there. It's smooth. I can see the sleeper aspect of it. Sam over there, ex-employee of the Walnut Creek location, big Hef fan. I bet I could have given him a couple of these. Before you know, he'd be dancing on our tables. He wouldn't even know that was about to happen. Naked, he says even. So we won't be giving Sam a few of these. We'll keep that down. But I can see how it's kind of a sleeper, yeah.
It is. It's on tap in all of our restaurants, and it doesn't taste like our Hefeweizen. I think just because it's a lot sweeter, higher ABV. It's.
I agree with that.
We hop it differently as well.
You do? Do you want to talk about the difference in the hops?
Certainly.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Currently, right now, the Imperial Hefeweizen is hopped. Well, it's finished with the Tettnanger hop, which I think is cool for an Eastern European style beer. Whereas our Hefeweizen that we're popular for, we use a lot of Mount Hood, Liberty, that sort of thing finished with. But although hops are not very predominant in that beer, I think for this one it was just a nice fit.
Yeah. Well, and you have to do something, don't you, with the increased sweetness just by making it imperial. What's the difference in gravity between the two? I mean, is it a much higher gravity doing this beer?
Yeah, this Imperial Hef is 5.5 degrees Plato higher OG, original gravity, higher than the regular Hef. Yeah.
Wow. I think people have kind of come to expect your regular Hef to be very easy to drink, great summer beer. So you would have to make some significant changes to make it an imperial.
Right, and we didn't want to make something that was a small difference or a small change from our existing Hef.
Yeah, okay. And what about in terms of grain bill? Obviously, you're adding much more, but are you adding different grains as well to this?
On the specialty malt side, yes.
You are, okay.
Yeah, otherwise, the grain bill is pretty standard, 60% wheat and 40% two-row.
Oh, okay.
Which is also standard for our Hef.
Okay.
And for this beer, we just we use a different coloring malt or a different specialty malt
to get the color
and a little bit of flavor. And we kept using the word hue when we put this beer together. We didn't want to change. We didn't make it darker. Just change the hue.
I see what you're saying.
It didn't look like our Hef.
I'm kind of glad you said that, actually, because I was going to talk to you about how the color is very similar. I'm trying to think of what I would say is different about it. I don't know if that it's... I'm looking at yours, actually, because you've got a fuller glass. It's not a different color. It's
a little darker.
It's like a little more orange kind of thing?
Yeah, it's a little... I was going to say amber, but yeah, a little more orange. Yeah, I think you're right.
Well, unfiltered... You have to be... We were really careful because with unfiltered beers, if you make a beer that's a little bit darker and it's unfiltered, it just becomes so turbid, it's unappealing.
Okay.
And so we wanted to not go too far, but also... We wanted to be able to discern from a Hefeweizen and an Imperial Hef if they're both sitting side by side.
Yeah.
For, obvious reasons, just at the bar.
Yeah. Turbidity of beer has to be kind of a challenge for you guys in general because it's your thing. Like your thing is these unfiltered Weizen beers. And on the other hand, craft beer drinkers who aren't necessarily beer guys, because we don't care if it tastes good, then that's what matters. People want to see a nice clear beer. Like that's an obstacle I would think you guys as a brewery have to, or as a company, have to attack every day. That our beer it looks that way for a reason.
Great point. I think a lot of from the marketing side, from the sales side, over the last 10 years, what I've seen is that people have come to terms with the fact that beers aren't necessarily filtered, or they're coming to terms with sediment being on at the bottom of their bottle of a unfiltered beer. And it just came with education. I think as the craft brewing industry changes and beers get more bitter and beers get stronger, they're also accepting, well, it's not all North American light lager.
Yeah, absolutely. People are just kind of into it now. That's definitely a benefit that you guys have.
It didn't come easy, though. I mean, we fielded a lot of complaints early.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Your beer just looks creepy.
What is this thing at the bottom of my bottle?
Yeah. I would imagine that when I first got into beer, I would have said the same thing. I would have thought that was a weird thing. I remember when I first got into Sierra Nevada, I would, and you can still find this today. You open up a bottle of Sierra. If you wipe the bottle, if you're wearing a white shirt, or you take a napkin, I guess if you're not a total slob like me, you could use a napkin. You get that, copper, tinge coming off of the bottle, and I used to think, this is weird. They have rusty bottle caps, and it wasn't. It was actually that they were doing a great bottling method, which was to fill right to the top, and then when you cap it, it's just beer. It was just beer, and I never knew that, and I would complain about that. I didn't write letters or anything, but I thought it was kind of gross that Sierra Nevada had.
Dear Ken, you are a jerk. You owe me for dry cleaning.
Yeah, exactly.
Up yours.
My wife beater has all these brown circles. Yeah.
I mean, that's not a bad way to get free beer.
You're probably right.
Just keep complaining.
It's
like being persistent if you want a brewing job. Just keep knocking on the door.
Right.
Or keep complaining.
And at that time, I was worse off than now. I could have gotten some free beer that way. I didn't think about it that way.
It's not too late.
Like you couldn't figure out how to put a mouse in a bottle.
Yeah. But the education part is fantastic because, there's things like that where it was just beer. There's nothing dirty about that bottle. And the sediment at the bottom of a hef. So you guys aren't dealing with that so much anymore now that
no, I think
we've all become more sophisticated.
Astute.
We were astute. Well, maybe not in this studio, but in general, yeah.
Yeah, on a market scale, I think that people are accustomed to, the apricot Weizen that we make, and it's also unfiltered.
Yeah.
Hefeweizen. I think they know they like it. They don't know why. Well, initially, and then
yeah, absolutely.
And then rather than complain about it, I think have come to terms with it's an unfiltered wheat beer, and that is a style.
Right.
And I think we had to reintroduce that.
You know what I think it does to people also? It kind of empowers them that they know a little bit something about the beer industry that other people don't know.
Good point.
And so they feel good, and they go and they can tell their friends who've never seen it about it, and then they feel kind of cool,
because they've conquered the beer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
In fact, that's exactly what JP goes and tells his friends. Hey guys, I totally conquered this beer.
I did it. None of you guys did, but I was me first, please.
I'm just about to finish Guitar Hero, and also I conquered this beer.
I did finish Guitar Hero, by the way.
You did?
Played Freebird.
JP's telling me yesterday. First of all, I have
expert.
I have an objection.
No, medium.
McJoel's calling you out.
Oh yeah,
you didn't do it on expert.
No.
I think number one, you can't play Guitar Hero by yourself. I think that's a losery
you can't
thing
tell me
to do.
that I can't because I already did it.
I'm saying you can.
Not
but
when you're 30.
It's a losery thing to do, and more so when you're 30.
Hey, McDowell, I used to like you.
I'm sorry. Cut me off.
Yeah.
I think when you play Guitar Hero by yourself, they call it something else.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I played Guitar Hero by myself yesterday, and I don't even own what is it on Xbox or I don't even know.
Well, my friend was watching me.
Oh, I see. Well, that's even freakier, isn't it, Simon? Well, and then so he's telling me, I guess, what the main song you have to beat.
The final song to beat is Freebird.
Freebird.
God, that's hard.
It's really, really hard. I can't beat it on easy.
There you go.
It is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, it's 7 minutes of ridiculous hardness.
Because it's
I didn't mean
just
it
like
your wedding night.
You're never going to get out of Sam.
Yeah, forget that.
You'll be lucky.
45 seconds.
Ridiculous hardness.
No, like you can be doing. Shut up. You could be doing great for like the first 2 minutes, and then you
because the first 2 minutes of the song is super easy,
and then it gets so hard, and they're like cheering for you, and then all of a sudden they're just booing for you, and then you lose, and it's sad, and you cry.
All right, nobody else cares about all of this Guitar Hero. I just wanted to make fun of JP for a second,
but it didn't work
because
Beavis got my back. High five.
All right, I do have to take another quick break. When we come back, more Pyramid Beer. Do we have Snowcap to try too, or is it too new? We do.
Oh, I brought Snowcap.
Okay. I want to talk a little bit more about the Imperial Hef, more about the process that you guys do. I want to talk about malt shortages and hop shortages.
Sure.
And how you have to do, I would assume, the ordering of your ingredients as well at your brew house.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Did not sound like a pleasant topic.
Talk about that. Yeah, I know. We can talk about my Monday morning if you want. So I want to talk about that with you, more about the Imperial Hef, and then we'll move into the Snowcap also, because that's just another great beer. So hang in there with us. We've got Simon Pesh. You can go to pyramidbrew.com to learn all about Pyramid beers, and you can get them most places too. So hang in there. More Pyramid when we come back on the session. We'll be right back, kids.
You're listening to the Brewcasters. The Brewcasters on the Brewing Network.
What have you gotten out of a vial of White Labs yeast?
WLP 001, Cal Ale, baby.
23, Burton Ale.
008, East Coast Ale.
Cal Common.
WLP 810.
It's gonna be WLP 400 with beer.
I got a sweet hoodie for my vial.
Huh?
White Labs, your source for great brewer's yeast, would like to invite all homebrewers to join the White Labs Customer Club. Redeem your empty vials for great White Labs merchandise and products. Free yeast, glassware, t-shirts, baseball caps, sweatshirts, polo shirts, and you won't believe what you'll get for 5,000 vials. Members also receive a newsletter packed with White Labs updates and facts, interviews with professional brewers, brew your own clone recipes, beercook.com recipes, and customer club stories. The White Labs Customer Club. Save your vials and get in the club. White Labs. It's all in the vial.
Where the wild dingoes call. But there's nothing so lonesome, so dull or so drear than to stand in the bar of a pub with no beer. Now the public is anxious for the quota to come. There's a faraway look on the face of the bum. The maid's gone all cranky and the cook's acting queer. Well, a terrible place is a pub with no beer. The stockman rides up with his dry, dusty throat. He breasts up to the bar, pulls a wad from his coat. But the smile on his face quickly turns to a sneer when the barman says suddenly the pub got no beer. The veranda for his master he waits, but the boss is inside drinking wine with his mates. He hurries for cover and he cringes in fear. It's no place for a dog round a pub with no beer. Oh, Billy the blacksmith, the first time in his life, has gone home cold sober to his darling wife. He walks in the kitchen, she says, "You really be dear." Then he breaks down and he tells her that the pub's got no beer. Oh, it's lonesome away from your kindred and all, by the campfire at night where the wild dingoes call. But there's nothing so lonesome, so dull or so drear as to stand in the bar of a pub and no beer.
Did you know that you can not only order from More Beer online at morebeer.com and receive free shipping on most orders over $59, but you can also shop in person at their 2 retail locations located in Concord and Riverside, California. In fact, the Concord facility has grown to over 15,000 square feet to fit all the new products, expanded showroom, and new Knowledge Center classroom. And now, in conjunction with the Brewing Network, More Beer is making it easier than ever to keep up on what's happening. Download the More Beer monthly podcast by clicking podcast at morebeer.com. You'll learn about More Beer's history, sales and discounts on More Beer products, get to know team members, and hear ways to save you money. They're also launching a brand new website soon with more features and a better online shopping experience. So go to morebeer.com or call 800-600-0033. That's 800-600-0033.
This is www.thebrewingnetwork.com.
Sit down next to it, grab yourself a paper towel, and watch those yeast have sex.
You're listening to the Brewing Network.
The Brewing Network. Saving your life.
One beer at a time.
Alright, welcome back. We got a lot to do in a short period of time, so get your questions in now. 888-401-BEER, or you can also join the chat room.
I don't think Bevo's back from the bathroom again.
Oh, damn it. You're spending all our time in the bathroom nowadays.
I hate you guys.
Oh, you're back.
She's looking for candles.
I hate you.
Yeah. She's looking for candles.
Hey, anybody got a match?
You can hit the chat now button right there on the homepage, and Bevo's taking a question.
You should call their nicknames Febreze.
Actually, they're calling me Beverito.
Beverito.
That's a good. They're good in there. I like those guys.
They're thinkers.
They are thinkers.
Yeah, that's a lot better than Bev Bomb.
Oh,
and they were really
like
thinking
that
after
too.
that 7 minutes of hardness.
All right, questions are coming through, so if you want your questions out and you want to know what's up with Simon and Pyramid, then you got to send them through now. 888-401-BEER. Also, hit the chat now button. Here's a question for you, Simon. Talking about the regular hef. Sort of an ambiguous question. What is the secret behind Pyramid hef? And I didn't know there was a secret. And I've done some extensive Pyramid researching, and I did not know there was a secret. Is there a secret?
I think there's a secret in there.
There is?
I mean, I think you hit on that earlier with regard to turbidity and keeping a product.
Oh, okay.
I think that with the Pyramid Hefeweizen, the yeast strain that we use does not flocculate.
Okay.
Whereas I think it's a challenge for a lot of brew pubs or even production or got people that make Hefeweizen, any brewers at any scale. They have a challenge keeping yeast in suspension and keeping their Hefeweizen cloudy.
Okay.
You know, after package or being in the keg for a couple of days or weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
So there's a secret, but I won't tell you what it is.
Because then it would be a secret.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, there's a...
I'm on to you. I get this now.
There's a Hefeweizen secret in general. I know that. I don't think it's just you guys that do. This isn't a brewing procedure. It's a delivery and storage procedure. I know that. I don't think this is a secret for you guys, but if it is, give me the no sign. I think I have a 3-minute delay to cut it out. But certainly for keeping not just yeast, but sort of everything in suspension, you deliver the kegs upside down.
That's done in draft. Yeah,
that's just like a thing to do, right? When you have a wheat beer, and by the way, if you're a wheat beer company and you don't do that, and you're looking for a cloudy beer, you're stupid. Yeah. But you always, I've seen them. I know that you deliver the Hefeweizen kegs all the time.
Can I say it's
upside down, and then you don't turn them upright until you tap them,
which is a trick. Not a secret. It's trick.
It's just a trick. You're absolutely
That's the first thing I've ever learned from you.
That you can do your just store it. Yeah. In fact, I would assume the same could go for your homebrew. If you want a nice cloudy one, store it upside down, and then when you're ready to tap it, flip that bad boy over.
What do you think, Shat McDowell?
Yeah, who is it? Oh, you don't know how it is. He looked at McDowell. Yeah. McDowell, what do I say? What do you think?
McDowell, think of the answer, and then I'll pick it up reading your brainwaves through my brain.
Good info, Jay.
Yeah.
Good job.
I filter all my hefs, so...
Why would you filter a hef?
I just like them clear.
McDowell loves filtering things.
Well, you guys have a Crystal Weizen. I know that.
That's true.
And that's just, that's your filtered hef, isn't it?
It's a different recipe.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah, it's a popular beer. It did well at the GABF this year, and we have that available in our pubs.
You guys won a gold for that at
Correct.
the GABF this year for the Crystal Weizen. That's actually a really nice beer. I like your Crystal Weizen more than I like your Hefeweizen, but that's because I'm not a Hefeweizen fan. But that's a good beer. And popular with the ladies. I don't know if you've noticed. Hand out some Crystal Weizen. Everybody's happy. Maybe that's why McDowell filters all his Hefeweizen.
Oh.
Huh, McDowell?
Well, no, I don't have to worry about shaking the keg.
I see.
No, that's the secret right there. That is the secret.
That's the secret.
You're onto
it.
Making the ladies happy.
By accident.
Popular with the ladies. Wow, you guys have won a gold for that Crystal Weizen 2 years in a row now. Wow.
That's correct. I think we've done pretty well. The judges like us, so.
Okay. And you guys typically enter a lot of beers in the GABF? Is it a big thing for you?
Well, yeah, everyone likes to win.
Sure.
So we have a number of beers. I think we probably entered 10 or 12 beers this year.
You do? Okay.
The full line.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, everything you make, you guys. And how do you choose which location is going to send that beer? Because a few of you guys brew it, right?
We taste it. We taste it first.
Whoever's got the best? Yeah?
Which is subjective, but we know that judging can be that way.
How many of yours went,
occasion.
Simon? Did you have a couple come out of Berkeley? You can lie if you didn't.
Well, I will tell you that the 04 gold medal for the Hefeweizen came out of Berkeley.
Yeah, very nice. I like to hear that.
It's been a couple of years, though.
See, I'd be totally competitive, even if we're all in the same company.
Oh, we are.
You got different. You are.
Oh, we are.
And that's good for beer, isn't it? Because you guys are all trying to outdo the other one.
Absolutely.
That's great for beer.
No, it's good internal camaraderie, but no one wants to be second.
No.
Yeah.
You want, Pyramid have to be the best from your place, right?
Bragging rights.
Yeah.
Right.
That's kind of cool. Like company Christmas party.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, jerks. It's right here.
Come in with your medal on.
2004. Yeah, you gotta. Do you wear your medals to the Christmas party?
Absolutely.
Hey, the party's here. Look at me.
I'd have a whole outfit made.
Can you turn the lights down? I don't want you guys to go blind.
I'm Gold Medal Man.
Yeah. On Halloween, that's your costume. I am Gold Medal Man. And your own theme music. I mean, everything. I'd have a theme band. It has followed me into the room.
Playing along, man.
Yeah. Your own Gold Medal
like
song.
Flav there.
Yeah. I'm telling you. Oh, that's good though. And I'm serious. I bet you that it's a good thing for a company to have to promote good beer.
No, it's great from a
slackers.
PR standpoint, especially at this scale. The GABF is very competitive. Everybody enters everything.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what scale you produce. So
actually,
everyone likes good news.
They do.
Yeah.
And not only is it competitive, though, the camaraderie there is pretty awesome, too. I mean, among all the companies, I think I see you guys all, you're all elbowing each other in the ribs saying, yeah, we're going to kick ass this year. But it's also very supportive. Everyone wants,
Absolutely. If the industry does well, then everyone does well.
Yeah.
And so there's definitely a kinship.
Right. For sure.
Between us, yeah.
I want to talk about the company just a little bit, too, because I think people consider Pyramid to be a pretty large beer company now, and I'd say mostly people say that because you guys have gone public. But same with Sam Adams, and people say they're a large company even though they're still a craft brewer. But you started pretty organically. It started with a really small company.
Certainly, it didn't start as a public company. This Pyramid started as Hart Brewing Company.
Okay.
Out of Washington State, a small brewery in Kalama, which is the southern central part of the state.
Okay.
And they, in turn, acquired a company called the Thomas Kemper Brewing Company.
Oh, yeah.
Which is, it's on one of the sounds out there.
And that was a beer company?
They were a beer company. They had a brewery. They also had a pub, a restaurant, and then also started the Thomas Kemper soda line. So anyway, the Hart Brewing Company did acquire them early in our stages of the company.
Okay. And you still now actually make Thomas Kemper sodas.
We do.
Okay, so you kept that name.
We do.
All right.
The company was then purchased by a group of investors in the late 80s, and they built the large brewery in Seattle, Washington, right downtown.
Okay.
Which currently is directly across the street from the Safeco baseball field.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's been literally across the street.
Great
it couldn't
spot.
be closer.
Yeah.
Yeah, the field came to the brewery. The brewery
That's
was
perfect.
existing before it was built, so that was fantastic.
See? Why does it with breweries and baseball fields? Sully had the same thing happen.
Yeah.
Right? 21st Amendment over here in San Francisco. You know Sully. After he said say hi to you. He wanted to be here today, but good to. So they opened that brewery, and they're open for like a year or something. Things aren't going so great. And then all of a sudden they open the ballpark 2 blocks away. Coincidence?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
But it worked.
But how lucky is that? So same with you. Not that you were doing poorly, but what a great bonus to...
the summers are so busy up there.
I bet.
Yeah, and so we appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's worked for us.
Okay. Yeah, no kidding.
The margins are pretty good when you're that close to the...
What's that, McDowell? Sorry.
So I imagine the margins are pretty good when you're that close to the tanks.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you doing turning everyone's mic off, man?
Well, because there's a lot of background noise, man. Let me do my job. You do you be funny, and I'll work the microphones.
It's hard. Can't do it.
Yeah. Now, let me tell you some things I know about Pyramid. Because as a company, and I'm a stickler about companies, I'm going to tell you right now, because I think they turn into jerks. And I can't wait to turn into a jerk, by the way. I'm going to be the first company to do that as soon as we can. But first of all, even though you're a public company, and you are a pretty large company, and you produce a lot of beer, do you know how many barrels as a whole the company is producing a a year, roughly?
Yeah, we're up to about 250,000 barrels annually.
That's great. That's fantastic.
Increasing, to 3 or 4% every year.
A lot of beer.
Doing pretty well.
Well, here's how small the company still is, even though it's a big company. Shat met the CEO at GABF, hanging out with him.
Nice guy.
I think he was offering Shat beers. And like, here, have a beer.
He's a great guy.
Hanging out. Cool
nice
people.
Guy.
So I've met one of the founders at the Oregon Brew Festival, and that was the first year the Brewing Network had started. I had just barely started, maybe 3 weeks before, and I went to the Oregon Beer Festival, and I met one of the founders, and he was loosely working with the company at that point, but he had really been in there on the ground floor, and I think he cashed out, and, was a bit older. He took me around and introduced me to a bunch of people, brought me to private parties that were going on, just a real, just a nice guy, and I saw him all over the place, so cool guy. The company itself gives medical to everybody. So the restaurants, right? And I was a waiter. Everybody knows that. I was a waiter and a bartender at different places for a long time, which is just a shitty occupation, by the way. The hours are cool, and the money's decent, but the job's awful because it's a bunch of jerks like me and you picking on this poor server or bartender all the time. Well, you never get benefits. You never see a 401k. You never see anything. And there's a lot of career waiters and bartenders out there, they have to fend for themselves. Pyramid started a program, and they started it a while ago, too. So this isn't some, I don't consider it some kind of PR move either, because they were doing it before it was popular. Everybody gets medical. So even their part-time employees, their Pyramid is contributing to their medical benefits. And to me, that's the best thing I can say about any company. That is a cool thing where they're taking care of a portion of the working population that never gets taken care of. So when I heard about that, it was just one of the most awesome things I ever saw about a company to do. So I say kudos on that. And then the other thing that I mentioned, which is probably even better than the medical, was the really cheap beer. If you work with a company, I think if you're at the bar, you get like $2 pints or something like that. It's $1 pint, Simon. Is that what it is?
That's what it is.
You get $1 pint.
It's like 100 pennies, though, if you think about it.
Yeah, I guess you're right there. Yeah, that's not very cool.
What a bunch of jerks.
It's $1 pints, and then, is it half off kegs, or it's even more than half off kegs? I can't remember. I remember paying, when Sam's there, next to nothing for a keg of beer.
I hear now they pay you.
Here, we want you to enjoy this.
Yeah.
Well, it's reduced. Yeah, the prices are reduced for employees from the wholesale price.
Yeah.
So it's cheaper than what the distributors get, and that's pretty cool. And it's all part of, taking the beer out, being representative of the company, and saying, hey, this is the beer we make. We're proud of it, and growing the family.
That's true. And you got to do that, and and it's kind of stuff like that actually creeps me out. Sometimes you start working for a company and they start talking about we're all a team here.
The brand,
right? It gets creepy.
That's what we're doing at work now. The brand, yeah.
But it's you have to do it, and you certainly have to do it. You've all been to a brew pub. And I'll say right now, I've been to a Pyramid before where this has happened. Where they don't, you'll get a new employee. Or occasionally you get an employee that doesn't care. It happens everywhere.
Sure.
And they don't know a lot about the beer. You want to know about what you're about to drink, and they can't answer the question. I also know from Sam's training seminars and different things that he brought home, Pyramid's huge on educating the staff about where the company came from, what the beers are all about, and everything else. Not to say that everybody pays attention to that and soaks it all up. That's just the nature of having employees. Employees are idiots. I'm just going to say right now off the bat, like take Chet, for example. Yeah. But they still work really hard that as a brew pub in general, you go in and there's some education. Sam, were you able to talk about the beers? Did you learn shit from when you were working? You did? What if we quizzed you now? Let's put Shad at a microphone here. It's been a while, so we'll give him that right now. Have a seat here, Sam, who used to work at the Walnut Creek. So if any Walnut Creek management are listening, and Sam doesn't do well right now, you might want to.
I'm shooting for an F+.
How long since you've worked there, Sam?
It's been a year.
Okay. Yeah. Simon, you may have to help me out. I'm trying to remember some of the points of service.
Oh, geez. I remember those.
You remember?
That's what I failed.
What's in the barbecue chicken sandwich?
There isn't one.
There isn't. Yes, thank you. There is.
Yeah, there is.
I know the menu really well.
It's bacon.
Trick question.
Well, how strong is the Snowcap?
7.5. Around there.
Get out of here.
What is it?
You came close. 7.0.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking it wasn't even close to 7.
I started to say 7, and then I said the and a half.
Not bad. I thought it was lower than that.
I think we should
7.
We should give it to him.
Yeah,
okay.
I think I should get that one.
All right, you get that one.
All right.
All right.
What are the BUs on the IPA?
What's that?
What are the IBUs on the IPA?
90.
Oh no.
I don't know.
What happens in the mash tun?
Oh, jeez. There's some mashed potatoes.
The stork comes.
Because that's another thing. They also have to learn about the brewing process at Pyramid, which is pretty cool. It's not just about the product; it's about where it comes from. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Bartenders and servers all take tours. I mean, I've given them, and the more education that people get, the better.
Yeah.
Why is wheat beer different than regular? What you see in the stores.
Sam, why is wheat beer different?
Unfiltered.
That's one. Yes. Not bad. Well, it's certainly in Pyramid's case, yes.
That's like a C- answer.
Yeah. That's a passing answer.
It's better than F+. I'll shoot for F+.
Anything else you want to add?
Tell us something we don't know about Pyramid.
Anything about the history, something like that we haven't mentioned?
They went on the Stark Market in 1996.
The Stark Market?
Stark Market.
Is that right? Stock market?
Went public in 96, yeah.
Oh, whatever.
Hey, I give it to him.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll give it to him. Not bad.
All right.
Not bad.
Nice work.
Good work, Sam.
Thank you.
By the way, Sam got fired from the one. He didn't.
As you can see, I don't know much about the company.
Yeah, he didn't quit Pyramid. He was fired.
There was a Stark Market at the time.
There was, yeah. And Pyramid tried to get into it. They're an innovative company.
I said Stork.
Yeah. Although, in Sam's defense, they didn't want to fire him. They all liked him a lot.
But they had to.
Had to. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
They had to.
That's why Bevo said yes when he proposed. she didn't want to, but she liked him and she kind of had to.
Yeah. It's true.
Mainly for that 7 minutes.
Anything else you can remember from your quizzes that you want to put out there, Sam?
Barbecue chicken sandwich.
See? It's a good one.
Yeah. All right, we're done with you, Sam.
Hey, Sam, that's a 66%, Sam. 66. That's a D.
That's
D.
Plus.
D+.
I think you passed. I think you did pass.
If we grade on a curve, you might do well.
Yeah,
you set that curve, so.
Oh, who's up next for the test? Because I'll beat him.
Sam's ready. Now he wants to compete.
I'm ready now.
You've created an animal.
Yeah. All right, so a little more about the Imperial Hefeweizen, because I want to know just about the different procedures that you guys have to do. Are you using the same yeast as you use for your regular hef, that secret yeast?
Yeah, in fact we are.
You are. Okay.
We didn't introduce another strain into our program.
Okay.
I think that's probably the main reason we're not calling it a Weissbach. I don't think it has the phenolic esters or that sort of contribution that some yeast strains have.
Yeah.
Like you guys traditional Weissbach.
You don't use a German yeast, is that right?
It's a neutral yeast, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're not getting a lot of those really kind of clovey, bubblegum, different sort
Band-Aids,
of things. Yeah.
No, so
Band-Aid's
I think
bad.
Right.
That's real bad.
But for that reason, I think we just kind of decided to call it the Imperial Hefeweizen, and we wanted to be the first people to do it and kind of own the name.
How about fermentation temperatures? Can you talk to us about that? Because it's pretty clean.
Yeah. They're pretty low.
Yeah?
Yeah. 55 Fahrenheit.
55?
Yep.
That's real low, even, isn't it?
Yep.
And it is an ale yeast that you're using.
It's a proprietary yeast.
It is only this isn't something you guys are getting from White Labs or something. It's a proprietary yeast that you guys have.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. 55.
Pretty low.
Same with the regular Hefeweizen?
It is, in fact, yeah. Pretty healthy. We treat it pretty well.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got to go back to the Dunahauer archive now, too, because I'm trying to remember. I think maybe I wasn't so surprised then because I didn't know the difference.
That's
55, fantastic.
That's great.
They probably said the same thing and I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real low.
That's super low.
I think in both cases, those beers don't necessarily fit the styles traditionally.
For what you might call a regular German Hefeweizen or something.
Right.
But you guys don't bill it as a German Hef either.
Correct.
I got to give you props for that because if you did, I'd have to talk to you about it.
Yeah.
Well, you can't call it a German Hef if it's not, right? But you guys, you just call it a Hefeweizen. And the other thing is, actually, you really promote that they're all more so American wheat beers, too, which I like. I mean, I like that you've branded it Weizens. I think that's a cool thing. I like buying an Amber Weizen and an October Weizen. I think that's a good thing that you guys have going. So you're using the Weizen deal and not necessarily that it's a German style.
definitely, we're creating a tradition, if you will, rather than being, true to form or trying to be European, trying to create European beers. We're not really doing that.
Yeah.
We're following the model.
Right.
We're putting a signature on it.
I think you should take over the company someday, Simon.
I'll do that.
I think you're a nice guy. Screw it. Take it over.
I'll do that.
I mean, that's your goal, right?
And I'm taking you with me.
Yes. Straight to the top. We're going together.
Yeah. You can't take Chad because McDowell's not going there.
Yeah, Chad. They're a package deal. You can't have one without the other.
You'd be the Chief Weizen, right? The CEO, that's his card. The Chief Weizen guy.
Is that what it says on his card?
Chief Weizen guy.
The guy.
Yeah. And it says guy on there, too?
It's the guy.
Let me see that. Does it really?
I don't have it on me, but yeah.
But it says Chief Weizen guy?
Well, it's
guy.
wise,
I like that.
It's Weizen guy.
A white...
Like a wise guy.
I got you.
Guy.
I like that, actually. That's much more clever than the way Shat said it. I dig that. We should have stupid cards like that give us funny names. You know? We're so serious around here. I'm the producer. He should be like Chief Douchebag or something.
You call him Shat.
Oh, well, there's that. Yeah.
I mean,
but that's just the German pronunciation of Chad.
Yes.
So it's really not all that,
And his title's very serious.
That's true.
Yeah. All right, we're trying the snow cap now too.
We are.
I haven't had it.
Chad, can I have a friggin' beer?
What kind of beer was that?
I haven't had yet this year. Do you find that your snow cap is different every year? Do you guys try to make the same beer every time you put this out?
For a number of years, we kept the same base recipe and used a different finishing hop for.
Oh, cool.
For every season, we would change the finishing hop.
Yeah.
Although for the last couple of years, we have maintained using the East Kent Goldings as our finishing hop.
Okay. Can you tell us about the other hops too?
Certainly.
Yeah.
We bitter with Nugget, use American Fuggle.
Okay.
In the kettle, and then finish with East Kent Goldings.
Interesting. So it's pretty, even though it's American Fuggle, it's very English style.
Yeah, I think it's a good strong ale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't call it like your sort of traditional winter ale.
Well, it's definitely available in the winter.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
But it's not a warmer. It's not a winter warmer.
Yeah.
We don't spice it.
But you can have a strong ale as your winter beer, though, right?
Sure.
In fact, we do.
Yeah, see? There you go.
Year after year.
But it's not something that we spice. We don't add cinnamon or allspice or anything to it.
Yeah.
This would be kind of good spiced, I think.
But now you guys keep it the same every year.
Yeah.
But it still tastes different to me. I'm telling you, I think it's a different beer every year. Not wildly different. You still know it's a snow cap.
Well, it's fresh. It's new. We like it.
Yeah.
I think this beer has become pretty popular, and for that reason, I think there's a lot of anticipation for it every year.
Yeah.
And we appreciate that, and we like that, and so I think our sales kind of grow.
Yeah,
often.
Because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's the three kind of juggernauts in the winter beers that I kind of know. It's Celebration, Anchor Christmas, and Snowcap.
And Snowcap. Yeah.
I mean, those are the big three that you see out all the time, and people bring to parties all the time.
Plus, you guys, you have a picture of the Luxor on all of your bottles, which I think is kind of cool.
It doesn't actually snow in Vegas. I don't know if you know that.
It doesn't, but
not yet.
Actually, they can do anything in Vegas, Simon. I don't know when the last time you were there, but I wouldn't be surprised if it started snowing tomorrow. Now that you just challenged them.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you're right.
So many weird things happen in Vegas. I think Chad wouldn't follow McDowell around in Vegas.
Plus, we kept the moose. We got the moose right in the middle of the.
You do have the moose.
Yeah, so.
It's very nice, actually.
But we've been brewing that since 1990.
Is that right? So you guys have been doing this for a while.
Yep.
I would say that a beer like this might not have even been so popular back in 1990. Kind of a big beer, not so Americanized yet. Is this a filtered beer?
Yes, it is.
It is?
No wheat involved.
And there is no wheat. How many beers do you do that don't have wheat? Is this it?
The Curveball is your
Kolsch style.
Yeah, Kolsch in the summer.
Yeah.
We make an IPA, which also does not have wheat beer in it, wheat malt in it, and the Snowcap.
And the Snowcap, okay. And are all three of those filtered also?
Yes, they are.
And is the only other one that's filtered the Crystal Weizen? And then the rest of the line is... I think we're both racking our brains right now by the look on your face.
It sounds right.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I left anything out. I'm thinking of the whole lineup.
Chad, did he leave anything out?
I think everything else is a unfiltered Weizen type of beer, right?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. The Kolsch is I think right now my top three and are the Snowcap,
right?
The Kolsch.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I like the Kolsch a lot, actually.
Kolsch is really, really good.
And I really like the Kolsch, which is called Curveball. I really like the tap handle. Got the baseball on top of it.
Well, that's our connection to the Safeco Park in Seattle.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
See, and I think, too, that just sells beer.
It does.
You know, if I'm in the heart of baseball season, I'm all into it, right? Shat, you know what I'm talking about. You go in, you see a baseball on top of the handle, I'm buying that beer. Right there.
So here's what the restaurant does on game day. They will not allow cars to park in their lot outdoors, right? They put up tents, and they call it left out field.
Oh, nice. Right? Very nice.
They sell beers for $4 a pint or something like that.
Really?
Which is a lot cheaper than you're going to get beers inside the park.
Yeah, it's like $4 cheaper, isn't it? Yeah.
And it's stumbling distance. It's across the street from the park.
Right.
So from 3 hours before game time, during the game, and after the game, they're just
packed.
Really doing well, pouring a lot of beer and pouring a lot of curveball.
See, that's where being a bartender is a good gig. If you got a place like that, that's a good gig, right? Because it sounds fun. It's a good atmosphere. Everybody's partying for the game. And, you know, they're making a bunch of tips, too. That's a good, that's a fun time.
Good gig.
The whole parking lot turned into...
Left outfield.
Yeah. Yep. Oktoberfest tent-ish.
Yep. Every summer.
Yeah, I like that. Everyone's going to ask me for a recipe out of you guys. I don't know if you're allowed to give a full-on recipe.
Maybe even like a homebrew recipe.
Yeah, that's just the way it goes. They always want a recipe from you guys who are pros in brewing good beer. I'd want the Snowcap recipe. I actually would love to do a Snowcap clone. You ever seen a Snowcap clone out there?
No.
Because there's clones of everything, but I don't think I've ever seen one either. I have a feeling the listeners, though, they're going to want to hear about the Imperial Hef. They're going to want that one. Are you allowed to give me a recipe?
I can generalize, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You don't have to, I mean, even if you just gave the percentages, then everyone else can do the rest of the work.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Well, why don't we put it to a vote in the chat then? Would you be able to give either the Imperial or the Snowcap? Would that be okay?
Sure.
Okay. Let's let them vote in the chat room then. If you're not in there, hit the chat now button. And Bevo, just in a general sort of way, they're either going to type Snowcap or Imperial Hef. So type what you want the recipe for, and Bevo will tabulate in a general sort of way, and we'll figure out what you guys want more. And
generally.
Then we'll give you a recipe. Because I think they're both really good beers.
Yeah.
The Imperial Hef, which I'd actually like a little more of, too, after we finish the Snowcap. Yeah, that's good stuff. And the Snowcap's always a big favorite.
Mm-hmm.
I still find it hard to believe it's 7%, though.
Keep picking.
Yeah. Yeah. At the end of the show. I think Simon's lying.
I gotta go to the store now.
I'm sick of Simon lying about things. So why don't we take a real quick break, and that way the chat room can vote. 888-401-BEER. I've got a few of your questions in front of me. They've been piling up. We'll do a little rapid fire with Simon after the break and ask all the questions that you guys want to know about these things. And keep hanging in there, because we've got another few minutes with Simon, then we got to let the poor man go and live his life like a normal person on a Sunday evening. So hang in there, everybody. You're listening to the session. We got Simon Pesh from Pyramid, of course. Go to pyramidbrew.com or link right off our homepage, breweynetwork.com. When we come back, more from Simon.
You're listening to the Brewcasters on the Brewing Network.
If you like the prices you get from the major homebrew shops but live on the wrong coast, or if your local homebrew shop doesn't carry what you need, or if you just want a shop where you are appreciated as a customer and treated like a friend, head on over to the Do-It-Yourself Brewing Company at DIYbrewing.com, the new local brew shop for you and your beers. They have an extensive selection and are bringing new products in on a daily basis. In fact, if you need something they don't have, just let them know, and they'll get it for you as soon as humanly possible. Check out all their products, recipe kits, winemaking supplies, and specials at DIYbrewing.com. With everything from fermentators, wort chillers, to carboys, DIY Brewing either has what you need or can get it fast. At DIY, they're homebrewers helping homebrewers get what you need. Visit them in Rollinsworth, New Hampshire. Call 603-205-4168 and stop by DIYbrewing.com and get brewing. Do it yourself with a little help from DIY Brewing.
the malted liquor? What gets you drunker quicker? What comes in bottles or in cans? Beer! Can't get enough of it. Beer! How we really love it. Beer! Makes me think I'm a man. Beer! I could kiss and hug it, but I'd rather chug it. Got my belly out to here. Beer! I could not refuse it. Beer! I could really use a beer. Beer, beer.
Beer, 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 beer.
I can remember how much I have had. I drank a 12-pack with my dad.
That's my son, the drunken manly stud. I'm proud to be his bud.
Here, have some pretzels.
No, I'll call it quits. Those things give me the schlitz.
Drink with your family, drink it with your friends. Drink till you're fat, stomach distends. Beer is liquid bread, it's good for you. We like to drink till we spew. Ooh, who cares if we get fat? I'll drink to that. As we sing once more, what is the malted liquor? What gets you drunker quicker? What comes in bottles or in cans? Beer! Can't get enough of it. Beer! How we really love it. Beer! Makes me think I'm a man. Beer! I could kiss and hug it, but I'd rather chug it. Got my belly out to here. Beer! Golly, I adore it. Come on, damn it, pour it, do it for me, brew it for me, beat it to me, speed it to me. The most wonderful drink in the world. Hooray!
Hi, I'm Sean O'Sullivan, the brewmaster and co-founder of the 21st Amendment Brewery and Restaurant in San Francisco. 6 years ago, Nico Freccia and I opened the 21st Amendment on 2nd Street with the intent of bringing back the local neighborhood brew pub. Well, the neighborhood has really changed over the years, but the 21st Amendment still remains a great place for people to meet over a terrific meal and a tasty pint of beer. In the past, the only way you could enjoy the 21st Amendment's handcrafted beers was at the brew pub. Well, all that has changed. Now, the 21st Amendment beers are available in cans. That's right, cans. When was the last time you had a great beer in a can? Well, that day has come. We're offering our world-famous Watermelon Wheat and 21A IPA in cans. Cans are a better package than glass because cans keep the beer fresher longer, but you can also take cans to places where bottles can't go, like the beach, lake, golf courses, and sporting events. So join us in the revolution to take back the can from the big breweries and crack open a cold 21A craft beer in a can. The 21st Amendment, 563 2nd Street in San Francisco, just 2 blocks from Giants Park.
Do you have feelings of inadequacy? Do you suffer from shyness? Do you sometimes wish you were more assertive? If you answered yes to any of these questions, ask your doctor or pharmacist about tequila. Tequila is the safe, natural way to feel better and more confident about yourself and your actions. Tequila can help ease you out of your shyness and let you tell the world that you're ready and willing to do just about anything. You'll notice the benefits of tequila almost immediately, and with a regimen of regular doses, you can overcome any obstacles that prevent you from living the life you want to live. Shyness and awkwardness will be a thing of the past, and you'll discover many talents you never knew you had. Stop hiding and start living with tequila. Tequila may not be right for everyone. Women who are pregnant or nursing should not use tequila. However, women who wouldn't mind nursing or becoming pregnant are encouraged to try it. Side effects may include dizziness, nausea, vomiting, incarceration, erotic lustfulness, loss of motor control, loss of clothing, loss of money, loss of virginity, delusions of grandeur, table dancing, headache, dehydration, dry mouth, and a desire to sing karaoke and play all-night rounds of strip poker, truth or dare, and naked twister. Warning, the consumption of alcohol may make you think you're whispering when you're not, is a major factor in dancing like a retard, may cause you to tell your friends over and over again that you're in love with them, also may cause you to think you can sing. Alcohol may lead you to believe that ex-lovers are really dying for you to telephone them at 4 a.m. Alcohol may make you think you can logically converse with members of the opposite sex without spitting. It may create the illusion that you are tougher, smarter, faster, and better looking than most people, and it may lead you to think people are laughing with you. Alcohol may cause pregnancy, and it also may be a major factor in getting your ass kicked. So what are you waiting for? Stop hiding and start living with tequila.
Keeping the ass out of Brewcast. This is the Brewing Network.
All right, we're back, everybody. Few more things to get through here with Simon, and lots of listener questions in front of me, so hang in there, everybody. I will get your questions answered. Simon is ready to do it. I got a couple questions for you that I brought up earlier in the show that I wanted to ask Simon, and something that I thought of at the break that we've talked about a lot on here. I want to talk about just brewing with as much wheat as you guys do in general. homebrewers have a tough time with brewing with a lot of wheat. We get stuck sparges and things like that going on. So, what are you guys doing to keep that from happening on a large scale? I mean, you guys are brewing with a ton of wheat. Are you using? We would use rice hulls. We've talked about things like that. What are you guys doing to keep that stuff from happening?
Well, nothing special, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I think that we have equipment that is kind of built to handle it, and have tailored how we use it in order to, lauter well and get the extraction that we want. But we're not using enzymes. We're not using rice hulls.
You're not?
Nope.
Did you say 40% wheat is the
60-40, 60 wheat.
60?
Yeah, 60 wheat.
What's our rule, McDowell? There's a homebrew rule, isn't it, where like if you're using more than 30, you're going to have trouble with a sparge? Is that what I remember it saying?
Well, it depends on a lot of things like your mash thickness and stuff like that.
It does.
Generally, I tell people, I advise that if you're using more than 50% wheat,
more than 50
rice hulls.
Okay.
In the herd.
Yeah.
But I imagine, Simon, you have like rakes in your mash that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think that's something that we haven't
so you got
discussed.
that whole reticulating
absolutely.
rake system.
Whoa!
I read the dictionary this week. Thank you, JP.
Reticulating.
Appreciate that.
What does that mean?
No idea.
A medical term.
Don't ask me that.
But the system is built, obviously, to support, thick or thin mash, and I think the way that you treat your mash temperatures, and if you do a protein rest, that makes a big difference as well.
Okay.
With regard to the viscosity of the mash.
Talk to me about that. Are you doing a protein rest? You're saying that's
standard,
something... Okay. You guys do it. That's a standard thing.
Standards that we do in wheat beers as well as beers that are not wheat beers.
And how is that changing things in terms of sparging? Getting
for lautering purposes, I think that it's beneficial. I think that we've broken down protein so that we don't create a lot of gum.
Mm-hmm.
And we are fortunate. We do have a real nice system with rakes that we can control at what speed we lauter and how high they are and that sort of thing. So
okay.
It's a nice system for that.
Yeah.
What temp do you rest at?
Protein?
Yeah.
122.
What about your just your mash temp? And is that different for wheat than it is for your non-wheat beers?
Our protein rest is standard for all of our beers.
Okay.
Yeah.
But your regular mash temp, I mean, so your strike...
Sacrification.
Your sacrification.
We mash in to achieve our protein
right.
rest. So that's 120, 122.
Okay, and then
hold it, ramp up, sacrification, ramp up, louder.
Okay. And is sacrification the same whether you're using wheat or not?
No, it varies. It definitely varies on the recipe. What is our ABV? What is the desired finish gravity?
Okay.
Very intuitive, but our sacrification temperatures varied depending on the desired AE of each recipe that we make.
What's the AE? I'm sorry.
Apparent extract, finished OG. Finished gravity.
You know what's weird? I think that it was John Dunahauer's the last person that used apparent extract in here, and I didn't know. But that's okay.
Good job of research, Jay.
Yeah, and I think I said the same thing to him. John, I don't know what that is. Okay, now I'm with you.
Yeah,
I'm buying what you're selling. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I follow that. Okay. All right. Now, how about ingredients? Everyone's having trouble right now. You guys are a big company, and everybody assumes, well, the big guys don't have to worry about it. And I'm curious what you think about that. Are you having a tough time getting hops and grain?
Yeah, there are two different issues right now. I mean, we need hops to make beer. We need grain to make beer.
Yeah.
Growers of each have now found themselves... There are two different markets, right?
Sure.
But on the malt side, the malt available out of North America has become a commodity internationally.
Mm-hmm.
We have had droughts in Europe. We've had droughts in Australia. And so these markets, which are huge beer markets, are buying from North America.
Yeah.
So there's a finite amount of grain available from North America, whatever,
right.
North U.S. or Southern Canada, the Plains regions. That barley is being sold at top dollar.
Yeah.
And I have heard from some suppliers that guys fly over from Europe and are offering cash. I will pay you this much right now for this much grain.
I knew that the Germans were going to buy up everything eventually.
It's domination.
Yeah, Germany's not the only country in Europe.
I said
yes,
Europe.
they are. They're the only dominant country in Europe. Well, the thing I was actually particularly interested in this question with you is because you guys are using so much wheat. And I've asked other brewers this question who are using predominantly barley. Mm-hmm. So are you finding the same difficulty getting wheat, or does that not apply? Is that going fine? Or is it just as difficult?
They're not separate.
They're not?
The markets are not separate.
I see.
We're seeing a huge increase in pricing for 2008 and beyond in wheat malt, as well as two-row.
I see. So it really doesn't matter.
Grown in North America. Yeah. Right. I mean, I think that there are buyers out there who will supplement if they have to, and so for that reason, the two-row price might be so high, and then eventually the wheat malt becomes
just catches
equally as
right
expensive.
up.
Yeah.
Okay. And then how about hops? Same kind of deal?
Hops, a little bit different, but from a manufacturer standpoint, or a brewing standpoint, they're going to be expensive for 2008. There are only so many growers in the United States, about 6 of them.
Yeah.
In the United States, there are a lot of brokers, but there are only so many hop vineyards or hop fields.
Yeah.
And so what's happening is that a lot of the growers want to sign contracts 3 or 4 years out and want to sell. They want to grow what's going to sell.
Yeah.
They don't want to be stuck with something that's not going to sell. And maybe this is an overcorrection, but nevertheless, they are asking to book, 3 or 4 years out.
Sure.
So this year, the crops are out, and there are fewer and fewer hops being planted. High alpha hops are in high demand.
Yeah.
And hops like Cascade are going to be in high demand.
Right.
The growers, although I'm not one, I've been told that the growers want to sell high alpha hops because for them, for hop oil reasons or for whatever else, that's going to be more in demand.
Yeah.
So they're changing the market. The hop growers are changing the market based on demand, but also I think they're able to, at this point, dictate that they have a commodity and they want to make more of a profit than they have in the past.
Interesting. I'll tell you what, Simon, not to put you out on a ledge here, but a lot of people come in here defending the industry, and certainly there are shortages. You've talked about that. But not a lot of people talking about how, they're really recognizing a commodity here, and let's go ahead and increase profits now. I said a couple weeks ago that or maybe it was even last week, I don't remember, I said the prices will never go down again. I think that the shortage is the reason, but as soon as the supply meets the demand again, prices aren't going down again, and it's not going to happen. It's the same with gasoline, right? Like, we'll get up to $3 when price goes down. Like, we're all stoked when we start paying $2.60, right? Same thing's going to happen with hops. It will drop moderately, but from here on out, this is it for the beer world. This is your life. Like, I honestly believe that it will never go back down to what it was before this shortage caused this price increase.
That's very probable.
And I think it's part of what you're saying right now. Like, they're going, hey, finally we have a real commodity here. Because it used to be hop growers were just this weird sort of stepchild in the farm industry, right? They were hoping to sell everything they grew.
Right, and as trends change, one brewery uses a lot of one kind of hop, so other breweries tag on. They start to realize that, Summit came kind of from that. That mindset, that train of thought, where, well, if you want high alpha, let's create one.
Yeah.
If that's all you want, then we'll do that. And I think to a degree, the market kind of created the conditions.
Yeah.
But again, we do have a finite resource and a couple of growers who are now saying, okay, at this point,
we want
to set the market, and we want you to book 3 years out.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to have to eat my words when Ralph is on in a couple of weeks and find out what he has to say about the whole thing from Hop Union. But I'm telling you, I think that's what's going on. I say forget about stem cell research. Let's just genetically engineer all the hops that we can get so we can keep the beer going.
Can you grow hops in your closet?
Yeah.
Hydroponics.
Have you seen my closet, Simon?
There's a lot of things growing in there, but hops ain't one of them.
Yeah. Apparently, Simon knows about that giant light emitting from my underneath my closet door. I got Sully on the line. I think wants to hang out with us a little bit and maybe talk to his friend Simon. Sully, what's happening, brother?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
It's going real good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I like the fact that Justin is now speculating in commodities. It's like all of a sudden, everybody's in a chat room on the edge of their feet, writing things down and waiting for the market to reopen on Tuesday.
What does Justin say about it? I know it. Who gives a shit? It's so awful when I start doing things like that. But
actually, just to refute what you're saying and to put the market into another tailspin.
All right.
Hops have gone up and down over the years. So.
But they're not going down again, Sully. You mark my word.
But they have gone up and they've gone back down, not like gasoline.
Yeah. What was that laugh?
All right, Justin, I'll tell you what, we'll have a $1 bet on that.
All right, I'm into that. Somebody donate $1 so I can bet Sully.
Also, Simon, it's good to hear you on the show.
Right on.
But my real question for you is, I've run into you a couple times at Bay Meadows at the racetrack.
Uh-oh.
And I'm wondering who you want in tomorrow's 7th at Bay Meadows.
Speaking of betting.
It's got to be the seventh horse in the third race.
Seventh horse in the third.
Bet everything you have.
Are you a betting man? Is that what's going on here? Or
I like the ponies.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's funny that you guys are bringing this up because I just drove by. I haven't driven that way in a long time. I just drove by the other day and realized they've got live racing there Wednesday through Sunday, I think it is.
Correct.
I'm thinking of, I'm taking the book proceeds down to the ponies and see if I can double up on this shit. What do you think, Sully? You in?
So now you're into speculating on hops and now horses.
And the ponies. I figure why not?
When is the first race post? 8:05?
Yeah.
Let's do it. We can do that and then go to the show.
Wednesday
Saturday
morning.
And you can roll right up the street to Pyramid because it's only a few blocks away.
Yes, it's right there.
We got to do it Saturday.
That's funny. Really, you're a ponies guy, huh, Simon?
Well, it's local.
Yeah.
They support local business. Yeah. That's what Pyramid's about.
I hope I didn't out you on that. I just thought I'd mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Because Justin with his hop thing was just putting me to sleep.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Well, there's a...
You think it could be the old age, Sully?
We've got a casino literally 4 blocks away. It's the California Grand. If you're in the Bay Area, you've seen the stupid commercials they have.
This is disgusting.
It is. Well, I've never been to it, and there's a reason I've never been to it. I'm a gambling man, and if I go into that place and enjoy myself, that's it.
I bet you'll be fine.
Thanks, JP.
But if you do win, it's hookers and blow all night long.
Then hookers and blow in Pacheco, which is a bad scene, Sully. So
it's like 80-year-old skanks and baking soda.
Yeah, pretty much. I've seen that before. I've paid for that before, as a matter of fact. And by the way, I invited Sully to do the show tonight. He said, "Oh, I've got plans."
Yeah, I did have plans tonight. I'm sorry, I can't really go into it, but she's sitting right across the table from me.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why anybody makes plans on Sundays. You know, I could give anybody a call at a moment's notice, and I know there's nothing you'd rather be doing. So,
I like the fact that when you do ask me sometimes to be on the show, usually it's like weeks in advance, or it's like 2 hours before showtime.
Yeah, it's right before. Well, I just realized that Doc wasn't going to make it. Hey, you guys want to hear Doc's drunken message? I never got to play it.
Yeah.
I got to let Simon go soon, too, so I got to wrap this up. But
hi, Sully.
Here's Doc's drunken message. He was out drinking with his brother yesterday, and this is what I got.
Justin, wo bist du? You did nicht on. Rufen mich. Tschüss.
That's it.
That was it?
That's the whole thing.
That was it.
That's his whole message.
That was retarded.
It wasn't English. But I don't think it was German either.
It was like German/Zimbabwe.
Yeah. We'll play
it. Was dental German.
It was
he might as well have been speaking click.
It was mouthful of cotton German.
Yeah.
I'll play it again for you later. All right, Sully. Hey, thanks, brother.
All right. Good talking to you, Simon. Take care. We got to hook up soon.
There you go.
Absolutely.
All right, brother.
Justin, wo bist du? You did nicht
Bye, Sully.
on. Rufen mich.
I think Doc wins Drunk of the Week.
Yeah, he was really drunk last night. All right, Simon, let me throw these questions at you so we can let you go and be a normal human. Do you still homebrew? The listeners want to know.
Not really.
No?
Not really.
Too busy, huh?
Well, for me, it's more of a question of being one-dimensional or not. I'd spend a lot of time at work, make a lot of beer, but we do get to experiment, but I don't really do it at home too often.
Yeah, you don't want to go. See, I can see that. You don't want to go home and
Keep
do
it up.
more beer stuff. He's been doing it all day. How hands-on are you? This is my question, not a listener question. I mean, when you're running the show, and I know you got a lot of behind-the-scenes administrative stuff to do.
Mm-hmm.
Are you getting out there and pushing buttons and turning valves?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a small brew crew. We don't have a lot of guys on staff, and it's a lot of work. And when there's a need for me to pitch in, I'll do it. I mean, that's where I came from. That's what I know how to do.
Yeah.
And I don't ask people to do something that I don't do myself.
Yeah.
So
okay,
I'm in it.
Another question. We were talking about the turbidity of your beer earlier, which, by the way, was another word I used correctly, JP, that you didn't.
Well, no, I figured everyone has to know turbidity.
Oh.
What are you, a jerk?
There's a lot of syllables, though. I thought that was a good one.
Turbidity. Yeah, I guess so.
Do you use additives to keep turbidity in your beer?
We do not. We do not, no.
Just that fancy yeast you got?
Fancy yeast, wheat malt, 2-row hops.
Yeah, okay.
Pretty standard.
All right. One of our European listeners, Thor, as his name, do you have plans to start exporting to Europe?
Not yet, not really.
No.
We are still trying to conquer the U.S.
Yeah.
We have a lot of representation on the West Coast, and we're making an effort to sell more beer, moving from the West to the East.
Okay.
Kind of preaching the mantra that unfiltered beer is good. Wheat beer is different and also good.
Yeah.
And that's really where we're trying to focus our attention at the moment.
Which, by the way, is another question that came through. Just where does Pyramid distribute? And I know for a fact that's a lot of places, so we can't really list all that. You can go to pyramidbrew.com. But in general, what is your main region sort of the West and the Pacific Northwest, or do you get into the middle of the country pretty well too?
Well, I know that primarily our representation is on the West Coast, but we sell beer in 30 other states, and maybe not a lot of it, but our representation is increasing. We're selling more in Arizona, Texas, Nevada these days. But I know that, I get calls from Virginia, Tennessee, and Ohio.
Really?
Yeah, so we're getting out there.
Okay. Well, check out pyramidbrew.com. You can kind of search around in there and find out if you have beer.
Tell your local restaurant that you want Pyramid beer, and we can get it to you.
There you go. Oh, that's a good way to do it. Okay, I think that's most of what I had for you. What was our winner in... Oh, I got more here, don't I? What was our winner in the recipe decision?
Yeah, Bevo.
Snowcat. All right. You know that off the top of your head?
I think I do.
Look at this guy. He just rattle it off.
Chad will write it down for you, though.
Should I just spill the beans or what?
Yeah, spill the beans, and then the listeners can go ahead and write it down and sort of convert it themselves. So whatever you got, they'll be able to deal with it.
It's a 17.3 starting OG.
17.3.
Finish gravity for Plato.
Okay. That's a big OG, isn't it?
7%, baby.
Yeah, I like that. All right. Okay.
And you got called baby.
I like that,
good.
too. Yeah. Simon's feeling
no
good.
Charge, yeah.
And
no charge for that, baby.
Yeah. Good, because I didn't get my dollar bills yet.
Yeah.
All right.
So there's that. The malt bill consists pretty much of 2-row crystal malt and some chocolate.
Can you get percentages?
No.
You can't?
Oh, yeah.
Is it illegal or you don't know them?
I didn't bring my calculator.
No, I like that though. I mean, you plug the parameters into ProMash.
You could make it happen.
Crystal, yeah, you can make it happen.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
If not, you'll probably have a really good beer though anyway.
Okay.
Which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Hops?
Well, bitter with high alpha for sure. And I told you earlier that we use Fuggle in the boil and finish with East Kent Goldings.
Mm-hmm. And what are the IBUs on this?
47.
47.
Not 48. Not 46.
Does that change for you guys? Do you always go for 47? Because that's one of the things I tend to think is different, but maybe I'm just,
It's a nice round number.
We have not changed that specification in years.
Really?
Right.
So you're stupid then.
I am stupid. Because I was going to tell you I think this year's is more bitter than last year's. But that's probably because I'm stupid.
Or perhaps you're just more bitter than you were.
Yeah, that's actually much more likely.
That could be
I hate everything. Even this beer's different.
Here's a couple more questions. All right, so there's your snow cap recipe. You'll have to decipher. Did I miss anything on the recipe? That's
well,
it.
You want
right?
to know the...
well, you got to pitch it.
Some sort of yeast.
Yeah. You got to pitch it.
Really?
Yeah.
Picky homebrewers.
Jerks.
All right, so what would we use since we can't use your proprietary?
A British ale strain.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Highly flocculating.
Highly flocculating.
Okay.
And ferment, above 60.
Have you done a clone of this beer, McDole?
No, I haven't made a snow cap. No. I make an American brown, which has similar malt bill.
Yeah. Okay. Now did I miss... what would you ferment that...
above
that
60.
British, just above 60?
70. Fahrenheit.
70 even.
Why not?
Wow. Why not? I love that. 70. Why not?
Yeah. That's pretty good. Here's another question from listeners. Do you guys add any different yeast other than your proprietary yeast to keep up the turbidity? Or is it just involved in the one yeast you use?
No, we're fortunate. We have good profile and good turbidity with the existing yeast, so we don't have to add back.
Okay. You guys do any, use any rye in any of your beers?
Once upon a time, it may have been 95, 96, we did a rye ale. And that was the last time we did it.
Yeah. That didn't sound like it came across too well.
Yeah.
Not doing it now.
Well, here, maybe McDole, I don't know if you could chime in on this too. Well, the question came through, what is the rule of thumb if you're using wheat and rye in a beer? I assume that's supposed to say beer and not beard. Bevo. I think you must have been staring at
me.
Yeah. Wondering where JP's beard has gone.
I think it grew. I think it grew.
What is the rule of thumb if you're using wheat and rye in a beer? I don't know if there's a rule of thumb necessarily.
I don't understand that question.
Because rye doesn't have holes, right?
Yeah, that's the difference.
Yeah.
Oh, and I guess
so then you wouldn't need rice holes.
Another reason to use rice holes.
Yeah. So you'd have to have something, wouldn't you?
Well, it depends on the percentages. I mean, if you only had total of the two was 40%, then you might be okay. But
yeah, if it's over 60.
Get up to 50, you better do something.
Okay.
You better do something.
Act accordingly.
You're not going to get enough holes in the 2 row.
Act accordingly. Based on results.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's all I had. How many seasonals do you guys do? I wanted to know that.
Next year we will do 3. We have the snow cap going into the winter, right?
Okay.
And then we will do the curveball, which is the Kelsch.
Yeah.
And then we will come out with our fall Broken Rake, which is a real strong amber.
I don't think I've had that one yet. Is that have you been
I've
doing
had
that for a while?
You're bringing that back, basically.
We're bringing it back.
Oh, it had disappeared for a while.
Right, but now it's back. It vanished.
Yeah.
Coming back as a seasonal. It was all year round beer before, right?
No, it was always a fall seasonal, yeah. But we changed the recipe, and it's about a 6.1% ABV beer, 100% Cascade.
And what style would you describe that beer as? The Broken Rake?
Strong amber.
It's
not quite a style, but definitely
same
amber.
English sort of yeast, so it'd be English amber? Or?
Definitely, yeah, with Cascade hops.
Okay.
You talk amber ales, Mike wakes up.
Yeah, in Seattle, I mean, up there it's like a, locally grown hops, Cascade, so use it, sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And then what are your core beers? What do you have, 5 that are always available?
Certainly, we brew the Hefeweizen year-round.
Yeah.
We also brew the IPA
all
year-round. The Apricot Ale, which is a fruit beer.
That's popular too, isn't it?
It's really popular.
Yeah.
It's a small...
ladies.
Yeah. That'll get you some action too. Yeah. Sorry, Simon.
Oh no,
throw you off.
You misunderstand. I like action. You misunderstand.
Yeah. I didn't mean to say you didn't like action.
But the ladies I roll with like the snow cap.
Yeah.
You guys roll with.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. So that was 3. We left off with the apricot.
Yeah.
What else you got?
And then we do produce a draft pale ale in our pubs.
Oh yeah. You serve that on Nitro?
Nitrogenated pale ale.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do that.
That I like, actually. That's a good beer. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, it's pretty smooth.
Yeah.
Draft only.
Yeah.
The Amber Weizen, we also brew for the full year.
Okay. What about now with this Imperial Hef? Is that just going to be a one-time thing? What are we looking at?
Well, the intention was to come up with something new, definitely, and have this become the beginning of a line of reserves.
Oh, okay, good.
So because it's a new program, we haven't necessarily decided when we will stop making the Imperial Half, and we will start making the next beer. So we're kind of reading the market, seeing how well it's been received, and this is pretty cool.
What's the next beer?
Yeah, I know. What do you got? Can you give us a clue of what you guys are thinking of next?
Yeah, we're playing with a couple of things. Definitely packaging the Crystal Weizen. Which has done well at the GABF is one thing. Mm-hmm. And we're experimenting with, well, we've come out with a Nitro Stout recently, but we're thinking about a stout brewed with chocolate and that sort of thing to be available in February.
Okay.
And so,
when you guys decide on these styles, I know you were talking earlier about how you guys sit down and you maybe figure out what's going on.
Yep.
But then who does the recipe? Do you guys have a guy who's your beer guy, or do you all?
We're all guys, when it comes down to making beer. There's definitely a master brewer in the company who is capable and willing to put his create the recipe. I'm involved in that, and there's also a head brewer in our Portland facility at the Portland Brewing Company who's also willing to add his input. But as a group, you don't want too many chefs in the kitchen. So
I'm always, if you guys ever need a consultant,
right?
I know somebody.
This is what I was talking about earlier. Volunteering your services.
Yeah,
see?
Right.
Yeah. We always need a beer taster, right?
Right. Or a floor mopper.
Yeah.
or both. Can you do both?
Yeah.
Or a really horrible bartender.
Yeah, I could do all three at the same time, as a matter of fact.
I think we have one of those.
You might. Okay.
How the kids at the Gilman Club treating you? Are they behaving over there?
They're great.
All right, good.
We like the kids.
That's right there, isn't it?
That's right across the street, man.
Yeah, right across the street.
Yeah, they've had some legal issues in the past, but it's good to see they're keeping under control.
Going.
But I stopped going.
Sorry.
Actually, I was there the other night.
No, they're behaving.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, you guys are in an interesting location down there. It's not quite industrial, although it is. And it's almost commercial and residential as well. It's just weird. It's Berkeley.
They just put a bunch of condos, I think, around down that side street.
Oh, is that right?
Gilman, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right now there's University Village. That is actually UC property, and so that's for graduate students to rent and that sort of thing. But
University Village, which is short for
it takes a village. Right?
If you need to buy weed, it's right here.
Berkeley needs a marketing person.
Yeah.
University Village.
Gilman Street's been there for a long time. 94 Gilman's been there a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's
84.
It's a good place to see a punk show for those of you not from our area, by the way.
Hey, that's where Green Day started.
All right, I'm not bashing it. I'm just explaining what it is.
And AFI.
And who? Rancid?
Oh, no, I was going to say it's also a great place to get your car broken into.
Yeah. And if you're Sam and you look like a big jerk, it's a good place to get your ass kicked, too.
Oh!
No,
I do the ass kicking.
Sam thinks he does the ass kicking.
From experience.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, Simon, I really appreciate you hanging out with us. More so, I appreciate the beer that you brought.
Happy to be here. Thank you. Right on.
But come back and hang out with us anytime. You're local, and we love just kind of supporting and hanging out with the local brewers.
Yeah.
I really want to come and see the place because, like I said, I've only been in the brew house, so I'd like to
come
down
the restaurant
and check out the brew. Yeah, the brew pub. That's right.
Yeah. Bring your camera. I'll walk you through.
Check it out. Yeah. Put up some pictures because I know you guys are doing a lot of beer over there. So that's kind of cool. And say hi to John for us too because he was a lot of fun when he came on here.
Right on.
I like that guy. When he was brewing at Walnut Creek, he brewed that porter of his. Mm-hmm. Amazing.
Yeah.
Phenomenal beer. It was really, really good.
Great brewer. At the time, we had the ability to do that. And yeah. He's also responsible for a couple of recipes that have gone, like the double IPA.
Oh, good.
Really?
That he came up with. The porter is another good example.
Oh, great.
Wow. Yeah, so he's contributing and always making good beer.
Yeah, that's cool.
He's a nice dude.
See, that's another thing just about the company, letting everybody contribute, and lots of promotion from within, which is kind of cool.
Well, you're probably not used to that in other companies because you don't have good ideas.
It's true. And by the way, JP, you won't be promoted from within.
Oh,
especially after tonight's show.
I don't want you promoting me from within either.
Yeah, and you're certainly not getting a raise.
Yeah, I don't want you to give me anything.
Actually, I'll tell you what. Just because I'm feeling nice, I'm going to double your salary right now.
2 times 0.
Wow.
You know what? Fuck it. Triple.
Oh, man.
3 times 0.
Yeah, well, you just turned 30. I figure we ought to... I'll triple your salary right now.
You got to punch me in the balls on the air? Is that your...
Yeah, that's tripling your salary.
Yeah, he'll take less abuse.
Yeah. Simon Pesh, everybody. You can find him down at the Berkeley Brew House at the Pyramid location. You go to pyramidbrew.com and learn all about the company, or link there right off our homepage. Again, Simon, I really appreciate it. A lot of fun hanging out with you.
Yeah. Right on. Thank you.
And you guys got a little snow cap recipe out of the man, too, so check that out.
Brew it. Send it in.
I'd like to work on a clone of that, and send us your beers if you guys are going to try it out. Are you leaving beer with us too, Simon? Do we have more?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Nice.
Yeah, we got a couple of brews in there? Okay, good. I like to hear that. All right, we'll come back just to say goodbye to you all. Simon, thanks, my brother. Appreciate it.
Right on. Thank you.
Be safe. Going home. Down to the Gilman district.
Yeah.
Hang in there, everybody. We'll be right back. 888-401-BEER if you want to call in.
You're listening to the Brewcasters. The Brewcasters on the Brewing Network. Valley Brewing Company is Stockton's premier microbrewery and family restaurant in the heart of Stockton, California, just off the Miracle Mile. Brewmaster Steve Altamari crafts a full array of award-winning ales and specialty beers, from their classic English mild London Tavern Ale to their Abbey Quadruple Decadence 12, and everything in between. And the best part is, Valley Brewing will soon be distributing their handcrafted beers, so you don't have to visit California to try them. Check your local retailer in the coming months for fresh arrivals from California's Central Valley and get a taste of one of California's oldest brewing traditions. To find out more about Valley Brewing's historic past, their selection of beers, or family-friendly restaurant, visit them online at valleybrew.com, or come on by and sample the beer at 157 West Adams Street in Stockton, California. Valley Brewing Company. With honesty and integrity, they offer great beer and a fun family atmosphere that you're gonna love.
Day's done. Go grab a shower. Let's hit the pub. It's happy hour. If we get bombed, who gives a damn? I'm not as drunk as you think I am. Those chicks right there don't look too good, but 3 more beers, I guess I would. It's either them or my right hand. I'm not as think as you drunk I am. So buy another round. We'll sit right here and drink them down. Get everyone another beer. You'll have to kick us out of here. Say, are you girls waiting on your friends? What did you say? You're lesbians. Bartender, cancel those 2 drinks. I'm not as in as you drunk, I think. This beer is moving like a train. I think my lizard needs a drain. But first I'll have a double shot. I'm drunk, you think, as you am is not. So buy another round. We'll sit right here and drink them down. Get everyone another beer. You'll have to kick us out of here. This bathroom's nice as it can be. It's got 4 walls. I've puked on 3. Oops, here comes more. I'll use the sink. I'm not as thrunk as you am, I dink. I put that bouncer right in his place. I smacked his elbow with my face. He's lucky that it's closing time. Drunk am is not as you think you I'm. So buy another round. We'll sit right here
nights that you can pour it out of your own kegerator.
I mean, your friends will look at you with awe.
And it's just hot.
It is?
It's so super hot.
The home of live beer radio. TheBrewingNetwork.com.
Because like beer, radio shouldn't suck.
You're listening to The Session.
On the Brewing Network.
Okay, boys and girls, we're back. Gonna wrap things up here pretty quick. Simon was hanging out, talking Pyramid with us. We're going to finish the man's beer. Enjoy yourselves. So 888-401 beer. People Skyping in right now. We got callers. We got chatters. We're going to get out of here soon.
So what's Doc doing? That he's not here?
I don't know.
It was like super secret time.
Yeah.
Sleeping off the other night.
It maybe was that bar mitzvah he had to go to, the reason he couldn't do Movember.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Which is a stupid reason.
Yeah, F that guy.
At least I was honest about my reason.
Why didn't Chad do it? That's what I want to know. I am the only friggin' brewcaster dude who's doing it with a set.
Sam says he's doing it, but Sam could grow that thing for 6 months and you still wouldn't know.
You can't fool me. That's magic marker.
Hey. All right. Hey, people, if you're calling in on Skype, be patient. Sometimes I don't want to talk to you right away, and you're going to have to sit there. And then you're hanging up, and then someone else takes your place. Thor, what's happening? Are you there?
Yeah, hey.
Hey, what's going on?
I just want to call in as drunk as the week.
He's as drunk as the week, he even says.
I heard strongest of the week.
There was a whole forum discussion just for the show I was reading about the requirements for who would get drunk of the week.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I read that one.
Did you? Well, I'll tell you right now, so far you sound... Where are you calling from?
Denmark. It's Tor, sorry.
Oh, it's Tor. That's why I didn't... Tor from Denmark. What is it, like 4 a.m. there?
Yeah, well, actually, it's 4:30. And I've been drinking for 3 days now.
Really?
Yeah, I got the day off tomorrow, so...
Oh, that's great.
I really need to get my drinks on.
And
she who must be a bed is not too pleased right now. She came in, when are you going to bed? I was like, hey, man, I'm listening to this show. I can't go to bed now.
Yeah.
Well, when you're in, I'll be waiting.
Tool, I think it's time for you to sleep now.
No way!
Yeah, exactly.
This show is still coming over the internet, and I must listen to it now. Please go away.
Oh, dude, you got it.
Have you been drinking homebrew for 3 days or commercial brew?
Well, actually, home brews and commercial brews.
There you go. I see. That's good. I like to mix it up myself.
Door! I can't believe you're talking to the Americans! The dirty Americans, come to bed!
I like the Americans, so...
She likes the Americans? Is that what you said?
No, I like them.
Oh, you do?
Well, I like you guys, so...
I appreciate it.
The rest, I don't care about those.
That's good enough. Neither do we, for that matter.
That's true.
If you're not in the studio, we hardly like you.
Unless you donate.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've gotten some pretty weak drunk of the weeks for the last month or so, I'd say.
Yeah.
You're on top of the list right now, my friend.
I would agree.
If things keep up right now, I'll give you drunk of the month.
Oh.
That sounds great. Well, I just want to challenge Code, because he was like, oh yeah, I'll call in as drunk as the week, and I'll just, be all over you guys. And I was thinking, hell no.
Grodd wants to be all over the guys?
Yeah,
typical.
Fool.
I think Tor should be our new one of our new co-hosts.
Yeah,
we should just hang out.
the Denmark, what do they call it? Like an analyst or something.
Yeah,
check in from Denmark. How's the beer scene? I don't even know.
I haven't left my house in 3 days.
I haven't even blinked.
I've been drunk all the time. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm so drunk I don't blink.
Yeah. All right, brother. Well, you're at the top of the list right now.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, we'll see you, man. Thanks for calling.
See ya.
Cheers.
Cheers.
How much of that you think is the accent, though?
Who cares?
No, it's great. It's great.
I give him points for that.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Style points.
Especially because it's like...
Style points, there you go.
It's like 4 a.m. over there.
Yeah.
Okay. He's a loyal listener, too. He listens all the time. Oh, and now we've got Gucci on the phone, who's also hammered.
God.
Simon, this is the point in the show where...
Yeah, our true colors shine through.
We stop representing any companies that are joining us on the program.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Simon's not actually here. That's a voice that we recorded earlier in the program in case we wanted to continue speaking with him. Hey, Gooch, what's happening?
Hi, guys. What's up?
Gooch turns gay when he's really drunk, apparently.
Guys, I just got back from Belgium. It's crazy. I'm all wasted off of all this Belgian beer. It's all crazy.
It doesn't even sound like Gucci. It sounds like an 18-year-old Gucci.
All this wild yeast. It's just making me all wild. I'm infected.
I'm infected.
Yeah.
Now we're on a different topic.
Yeah. All right, Gooch. I don't know. I'm not sure about this one.
I say no.
I don't even think it's Gooch.
Gooch I think you're right.
Gooch is a lot angrier when he's drunk than you are.
I think you're right.
Yeah, we've been called bitches at least once by now.
This is no remorse. I'm going to win drunk bitch of the week again. Gooch.
Yeah, that was another thing. I couldn't remember that. No Remorse posted in the forum that we gave him an award for bitch of the week.
We did?
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember doing that.
B. Richard 700 is my brother. He won drunk of the week, and I won bitch of the week for. Remember, I was at the Red Hook tour, and they kind of.
Oh my God, that's right. You were on that tour.
Can I go out with one comment?
Go ahead.
7 minutes of ridiculous hardness.
And thank you, sir. Later.
Later.
I think that's Bevo's new quote.
Yeah. Sam, you got a lot to live up to in February.
7 minutes of ridiculous hardness.
Yeah.
I love it.
7-minute hardness.
I'm being asked, one of our listeners named Madtown, if he sends us a Home Depot gift card, will we install a stripper pole? Yes. Absolutely, unequivocally, yes. Done. Immediately. The day we get the Home Depot card. I told Doc already I want a stripper pole. So, yes. Yes, and did I say yes?
Why? So you guys can get drunk and dance on it? Because no girls are going to come in here and take their clothes off for you.
That's what I've said.
I don't care. It's just, if
Well, are you going to do it?
No.
It's fun to have.
You put the pole in,
and
they
B,
will come.
Occasionally, our chat moderators have a little too much to drink, like when we do high gravity shows, and like we have our Christmas beer show coming up.
Yeah.
Guess what, Bevo? You'll be all over that stripper pole within minutes. So,
do you think Home Depot has like the Home Depot services where they do, windows, cabinets, stripper poles?
It's highly likely.
I'm sure the demand is there. Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, McDole, someone asked, when are we going to be able to get the long shot beers?
About the middle of February.
Middle of February.
Yeah, right.
That's what I've heard too.
But you'll hear it here first, of course.
Oh, but of course.
Release party.
Yeah.
Type me that, please, Bevo, so I know who we're talking to.
We'll have to do an on-air tasting.
Oh, yeah. We'll do an on-air release party.
There you go.
Yeah. Simon left when we started.
I know, you noticed that too.
Poles.
Yeah, he's like,
I think you got a little uncomfortable.
It happens.
It's out of my league now. Hey, Sam, give me a beer, would you please?
Oh.
Hey, squirrel boy.
He's right there.
What do you think I am?
We'll find us a little squirrel. We're not gonna, this isn't gonna drag out. We're actually getting out of here real quick, everybody. So, if you don't have any questions, get them in now or forever hold your peace. Are you writing me a novel over there, Bevo? Can I know who's on the telephone?
Fine, I'll just tell you. It's Bub with the Movember update.
How long does it take you to write that?
I type like a 5-year-old. Be nice.
What, snot on your hands?
Yes.
Hey, Boob, what's happening?
Oh, man, I'm stuck at work.
Yeah.
Working all day, but how's the Mo going, JP?
It's creepy. I don't like it.
He looks creepy.
I don't like mine either. It's so sick.
Looks like I need to be on Megan's Law website.
Yeah, you got to update yours for us, Boob.
I thought you were already on there.
Shh.
I was gonna update it, but I was actually quite ill the other day, so I didn't get a chance to do it. And now you're gonna take the forums down, and
yeah, they'll be down for 2 days, so you got to post like ASAP. I think Gyps in a creepy kind of way looks pretty good. I think you should keep it, JP.
No.
I made the mistake of trimming too early.
Oh, you can't trim?
I thought you can't trim. I thought you have to let it go.
No, like, shaping it.
Oh,
okay.
Because I let, it all just grow in, and then, like...
It's like a bonsai tree.
I shaved it down into a mustache.
Yeah.
It wasn't really thick enough to get it right, so it's like a little uneven, so it's even creepier than normal.
I see. Hey, Dressel Brewer, I see you on the line there. Hang on a second. Let's wait till the bub timer goes off, and you can go.
No, I can't leave it. I'm on the market, like I said. I got to get my little goat back and my whole deal.
What do you mean you're on the market?
I'm on the market.
Are you?
Yeah.
What does that mean? You're on the prowl?
Yeah.
On the San Francisco meat market?
Yeah.
And which market are you on? The NASDAQ?
Stinky fish market.
Yeah, the fish market, yeah.
Oh, the stinky fish market.
Sam.
God. I mean, I would have expected that out of Doc, but Sam.
I think we need a Sam timer now.
I think Sam can be... sorry, you got to go, Bob. I think that Sam can be Doc's sort of creepy comment fill-in.
I'll show you.
I've been practicing.
Dressel Brew, what's happening?
Hey, I just wanted to make sure my Skype was working.
Oh, great. Yeah. Your Skype...
Test it somewhere else.
Your Skype works fine, jerk.
That'll be $9.95 for that test.
Yeah, you sound
thank you.
Clear as a bell. We'll see you later.
Oh, perfect. All right, thanks. Later.
Oh, what a jerk.
I hate it when people do that. Just making sure it's working.
Have them check out that Donate Now button, see if that's working.
Yeah, thanks, McDowell. Yeah, you want to test and... Hey, why don't you see if your PayPal account is working? Dopes. All right. What do we got going on next week? I'll just take it, Bevo. That's all right. You take an hour to give me the message and just answer it. But you're doing a great job of your hour that you take. Caller, who are we talking to?
Hey, what's up?
Is this JP?
Yeah, I just I noticed I didn't have a whole lot of bars on my phone, and I just wanted to make sure that I could still get service. I haven't gotten a phone call in a couple hours, so
yeah. No, your phone's working great, JP.
Cool, thanks, man.
Yeah, thanks.
All right.
Later.
What was up with that guy? That call was weird.
He was breathing kind of weird, wasn't he?
A bunch of jerks. Next week, we got Shipyard Brewing Company in here.
The pumpkin. The pumpkin. I'm sure I wonder if they
big brewery too.
If they cared, that's all we know them as is the pumpkin beer guys.
I know them as other things.
What do they do?
They're a big brewing company.
Oh, okay.
Back there.
Cool, man. back
over there.
Yeah.
Where they're.
That's not me,
hanging out.
By the way.
Phil, you're on the line. What's happening?
Hey, wait up.
Is this Phil from Brazil?
Yeah, that's me.
Hey, turn your radio down in the back there, would you?
It's international.
Is that better?
What's happening, brother?
I just want to say fuck the Indian beer geek. Because he never participates in it. And he gets all the credit.
I like that the foreigners are now angry at the other foreigners.
Participates in what?
He's like, hey,
foreign war.
If you want to be a foreigner who listens to the BN, you have to participate.
And I also would like to say that me and some, 3 or 4 other guys here in Brazil, we just founded the São Paulo's first homebrew club.
Oh, nice. Hey, good work. Good on you. Right. Fantastic, man.
And I was wondering where Jamil is because I need some information about, holding a competition and all.
Ah, right. Well, right now Jamil's sitting in his lazy boy. Most likely his shorts are around his ankles. And he's just hanging out at home.
He's playing with things that look similar to a baby bird.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, you should send actually Doc an email, and he'll point you in the right direction. Just go doc@thebrewingnetwork.com. He'll help you.
Okay, we're planning on having a competition later in maybe May or June. I don't know.
Hey, Doc, are you on the phone there?
Yeah.
Hey, Doc's on the line with us right now.
Some German.
How about that? Hey, Doc.
Hey, Doc, how do you get this chair to go down? It's way up. I feel like I'm sitting in a high chair.
Yeah,
Hey, Doc, tell me if this sounds familiar to you, okay? Ready?
Justin, wo bist du? You nicht on. Rufen mich. Tschüss.
Do you remember doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what time it was, but at some point last night you left me some weird drunken message. Hey, Phil, send Doc an email. He'll help you out, brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, later. Doc, aren't you you're not even in Germany, aren't you in San Diego or something?
Yeah, Scheiße.
He's on fire. Yeah, Scheiße for not being in Germany.
I like how we dumped a guy calling in from Brazil to talk to Doc. Yeah.
Why are you?
Scheiße.
Why are you not here? Was this the bar mitzvah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I see why you're very German today.
Too much Jewish influence. You got to go German.
Where's Big Tim?
I got a question for you guys.
Hey, is this Big Tim?
No.
Yeah, it is. That's Big Tim. That's Doc's brother, Big Tim, right there. All right, go ahead.
Guess who this is?
I don't know.
Oh.
Tim.
I have the same initials as you.
Jesus Christ.
Wow, Jesus, first time on the air. Welcome. All right, so I guess I wasn't Doc.
Wow. Oh, that's too bad.
No, it was no remorse.
You're doing a terrible job at screening calls.
Dude, it sounded... Shut up.
You're supposed to tell me, he says he's Doc, but I don't think it's Doc.
I thought it was Doc.
How many times do you talk to Doc? This is what Doc sounds like.
Justin, wo bist du?
I thought this...
on. Rufen mich. Tschüss.
I thought it was Doc, too, actually. Every time he said, I was that sounds like Doc to me.
But he was carrying on a little too far, and I don't think Doc would have gone that far, but...
Yeah. All right. Everything go okay with our guests, chat? Great. Simon was cool. Simon's a fun guy.
Yeah.
Pyramid there.
Yeah, I think he was a little unsure, but he warmed up pretty quick, man. And
they always are unsure. You know, you come into here, it's like the devil's den.
You don't know if you're going to get interviewed or skinned.
You never can tell. I feel like I'm missing some announcements or something, but don't worry, Bevo. I'll get in. You relax.
Heaven forbid I get the call wrong.
Relax your pretty little fingers over there, Bevo. Maybe you should go drop a deuce or something.
You know, it's the first time...
Blame it on me.
Another deuce.
It's the first time Bevo's been in the chat and worn a shirt with cleavage.
Really? I didn't even notice.
I like that.
Bevo, you have cleavage shirt on?
Yeah.
Not really.
I didn't even
Not
see
really.
It. Hey, caller. Who are we talking
staring
to?
at my cleavage.
Caller.
Let me see him.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, this is Yinzer. How you doing?
Yinzer, what's going on, brother?
Well, I got a personal dilemma on two fronts.
Okay.
Both of them.
All right, go ahead.
Well, the first thing is I live in Pittsburgh, and the Steelers played Cleveland, but I was more worried about Simon winning on the Iron Chef.
Okay.
Is that bad? Is that bad?
Well, it's a little feminine.
No, but it's the Iron Chef.
But not bad.
So it's pretty manly, dude.
Yeah. All right. So no.
Do you
Okay.
still have hope for me?
I still have hope. Yeah, you're okay there. I'll give you that.
Okay. The second thing, and more important, is there's a brew pub or brewer that opened up, and everybody was really waiting for his beer, and I kind of think it's pretty bad. If I send you some, would you give me like an honest opinion?
Okay, let me recap that and make sure I heard it right, because for one, I stopped paying attention. But two, there's a brew pub about to open up, and you want to send me some of his beer before he opens up?
No, they already opened up. It's a brewery.
Ah.
And he already opened up, and everybody was like really anticipating, and myself and some other people didn't think it was all that good. So it's kind of like a dilemma, because I know he could, brew better than I could, but it's not working.
So, in other words, he just opened up, and you think the beer is shit?
Well, yeah.
Okay, all right. I'll tell you what. Go ahead, McDowell.
Well, is this like his first or second batch on this out of this new brewery?
Well, it's his very first batch, and I just think he's been too aggressive on what
This is down in Southern California where they're doing the Belgian beers?
No, it's in PA.
Okay.
PA, okay. Well, I'm with your line of questioning already, McDowell,
yeah,
because
I mean, it's kind of
just
hard.
like a home brewer who upgrades his system, it's tough. Here's my thing. I'd certainly be willing to try it and tell you if you're right or not. Doc can try it and everything so that the opinion counts, whether or not it's good or bad. But I can't. I don't want to bash the guy on the air.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like too public anything more than it is now.
And the other thing is, I'd hate it if we tasted it, and even if we didn't say the name, I wouldn't really want you to go back to the brewery and say, hey, here's these guys agreeing with me that your beer sucks balls. So, I'll tell you what, how about this? Especially since it's the first batch. Why don't you give them a little time?
Give them like a month.
And if it continues to be poor, then I got no problem saying it's bad beer. You see what I mean? Because if it's bad beer, well then, sure, there's nothing wrong with talking about that. Honesty is the best policy. But let's give him let's give him a chance. Maybe he's just getting settled in. So
drink more of it so it goes away faster, and he'll try it.
Yeah, exactly. Let's wait on that, and then call us back and let us know. I mean, I'd love to hear you call back and say, you know what, things are going great now. The beer's awesome.
Yeah, I hope it will.
And if not, you could say that too, and then we'll try it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it has some good qualities. You don't mean to call in and be an idiot. So.
Like it's wet and cold and has alcohol in it?
Yeah. Well, the alcohol is really well hidden.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's up there, so.
All right. Well, yeah, let's give him some time, and then let us know.
Okay.
All right, brother.
Later.
Bye. All right, very good. What else? Lots of calls coming in, everybody, so get them in now, because we're getting out of here. Did I say that already? That we're getting out of here?
Yeah. Who's buying this pizza? That's the question.
We have dinner, actually. We're going to make dinner.
Really?
Yeah. We,
PB&J.
Things to make. Brian's on the line. What's happening, brother? You on Skype?
This is your Captain B. Richard 700, flying in my little airplane above Pacheco, California.
Yeah. Can you see my little house?
There it is. What's that?
Kind of does sound like he's in an airplane, doesn't it?
Drop a bomb.
Yeah. Thinking like yeah. Speaking of dropping bombs.
Dump the toilets.
I hate you.
I'm going to drop a bomb like Bevo.
Oh!
Bevo bomb.
You wish you couldn't even compare
I see
to
that
it.
in the next push and spin rap. I'm dropping bombs
Bevo.
like Bevo.
Yeah.
Millions will die.
I hate you. Have I mentioned that?
Oh, I love it.
6 people die in slow, painful death.
Lack of oxygen.
I got it already, Bevo. You don't have to answer. You can just hang it.
I'm just kidding, Bevo. Yeah, we all,
Whatever.
We all do it.
Yeah, we all do it.
I'm doing it right now.
Oh, man.
In the airplane?
Yeah, right.
Stay inside the house for a few minutes.
All right, brother. Is that all?
Everybody poops.
Yeah.
Thank you for the call. See you later.
Right.
Yeah, callers coming in all over the place here. I don't even know what to do with myself. There's a little song for you, Bevo. I just picked it out. It's called Bomb Track.
Yeah, bomb track.
And it's one of my favorites, actually.
Good song.
Caller, I see you on the phone there. Hang in there. Let's just get to the bomb track first. This is your theme song now, Bevo. Every
it's
time
ramping
you
up.
come in.
Who's gonna do the chat room next week? Because I'm done.
No, you are, Beavis. Come on. It's just another bomb track. Can't blame Rage.
I hate you.
Caller, who are we talking to?
Hey, it's Sully. Listen, we just opened that place in Southern California. I really haven't gotten the brewing in like all the way, so if the beers are bad, just hang on.
Yeah.
I don't need your callers throwing me under the bus. I will bring the beer in. Don't worry.
Well, I told him to give you a chance.
All right, I appreciate that, Justin.
Stick it up for you, man.
Hey, Sully, someone brought up a good point. What did you have to do today that you couldn't be here, but you could be at your home listening to the show and calling in not once but twice?
Nap.
Well, you know, the funny thing is, is this JP?
Yeah.
Oh, you're still on the show.
Yeah, very nice.
I just had made plans, and I'm executing those plans right now, and we have you on in the background. So it's almost like you're having dinner with us right now.
Oh, great.
Except I've never been invited to have dinner with you.
He's executing his plans right now. Leave him alone.
We're not going to see Stephanie ever again.
He's in the process of chopping her face off right now.
I've taken her skin off, and I'm making a dress.
Yeah. Thanks, Sully.
Her brain.
All right, brother. Ow!
All right, we got to go, huh?
He's been chipper.
Sully?
A few days.
He's
Yeah.
happy. Well, he's healthy.
He's going to live. He's going to live. Yeah.
You'd be happy, too, if you found out you were going to live.
Yeah, after I get a monkey heart transplant or whatever the hell happened to him.
I think that's exactly what happened. He had to have a monkey liver put in. Don't worry, Bevo. We haven't forgotten about you. All right, everybody. Next week, Shipyard Brewing Company. Books, podcasts, and shirts all available in the Brewing Network store. And every time you help us, it helps us help you. So we appreciate it. Just hit the store button on our homepage. The Jameel signed books are gone, but the ones that were bought are shipping. Hang in there. You'll get them. Buy Brew Your Own magazine by clicking that link right there on our homepage. It's a rotating banner, so just refresh it. It's a big red, flashing, bright banner that says Brew Your Own magazine, and it's a great magazine, and every time you order that, it also helps us too, and we appreciate it. So it's kind of a two-way street there. Click the ads that rhyme with frugal, because that's free to you. Also helps us. All things that keep us rolling around here. So, you can do all of that, and we would appreciate it. And last and certainly not least, you need to visit and shop from our sponsors. You've heard them at the breaks there, and they're all the ones that really, really make this thing happen. They support us day in and day out. Good shows and bad, vulgarity or not, JP or not. They don't care. They support us all the way through.
I prefer yes, not.
So, we're talking about all those guys you hear at the breaks and that we mention all the time, and you really need to visit our sponsors. Northern Brewer, Beer, and More Beer, DIY Brewing Company, Valley Brewing Company, the 21st Amendment, White Labs Yeast Company, all these guys who, really bring it together for you. So please visit our sponsors. Tell them that you're happy they're helping us out. And, buy shit from them. Yeah. That's always good, too. Dressel Brew, didn't I already take this phone call?
No, earlier you did.
I see. Go on.
let me say something. I just want to say, the Brewing Network gave me a new love for home brewing. Justin, you're doing a great job.
Hey, thank you.
Even you, JP.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. I love you, man.
I want to hug you. With it. Don't quit on us. Come on.
Yeah, Bevo, don't quit.
In the chat room. And I have a question for you. When are you going to have someone talking about hops on the show? I know it's a big topic right now.
We were actually working on it for next weekend. It's gotten postponed, but here's what we've got. I think it's actually going to happen the weekend after Thanksgiving weekend. I talked to Ralph over at Hop Union. He's totally down to do it. I'll give you a little insight right now. He's over in Germany right now trying to find more hops. He's there as we speak, finding hops to bring back home. So that's why he couldn't be on earlier. So it looks like he'll be on the Sunday after, not the weekend of Thanksgiving, not that Sunday, but the one after that. So what's that, like first Sunday in December or something?
Do we have a show on Thanksgiving?
We don't have a show on that Thanksgiving Sunday. We're off. But yeah, so and not only are we going to have Ralph, but I think we're going to have the guys from, what's the malt company?
Brewers Supply Group.
Brewers Supply Group. So we're going to talk hop shortage and malt shortage all in the same show. So.
Ouch.
Yeah, put it together for you. Yeah. But we're also going to try to include like how you can use the hops that are available, because there's a bunch of strains of hops that no one gives a shit about that are plentiful. So we're going to talk about how you can use those and substitute hops and different things. So I'm actually excited about it. I think it's going to be a good show. So hang in there, Dresser.
All right, thanks, man.
Later.
All right, late.
Caller, you're on the air. What's happening?
Hey, Doc.
Oh, there's the real Doc.
Oh.
See?
Really? Oh, snap.
You see, now, Bevo, listen.
Sorry, Doc.
That's the real Doc.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good.
Did you hear yourself earlier?
No.
Right.
Oh, wait. Was that just like a minute ago?
Yeah. Tell me if this...
several minutes ago.
Tell me if this rings a bell to you, Doc. All right, you ready? There you go.
Justin Bovistu. You did this on. Rufen mich. Juice.
Does that ring a bell, Doc?
Oh, man, I was hammered by that point.
Yeah. I missed your call last night, but you left me a nice message.
Yeah.
When
I was drinking with Big Tim.
The brother Big Tim. We're at
Henry and Harry's Goat Hill Tavern. They have 143 taps.
Wow.
How many did you make it through?
Yeah.
Then we started hitting scotch. So.
Oh, man.
It went down fast.
By the time I spoke to Doc, he was he couldn't really talk to me because he was, quote, surrounded by big-breasted lesbians. And he said, "Can I call you back when it's not so loud and I'm not surrounded by so many big-breasted lesbians?" So, where are all these bars at? Where are you talking about? San Diego?
The bar that's in Costa Mesa, like towards Newport Beach. Been there forever.
Okay.
Been there probably 50, 60 years at least.
I see. I forgot until you left me the drunken message last night that you weren't going to be on the show today. I totally forgot. And I got that message, and you're telling me there was another message where you're telling me you're with Big Tim, your brother. And I'm going, wait a minute. Out drinking with Big Tim? I don't think Doc's going to be here tomorrow. So.
I told you a long time ago.
I know. I had it written on my calendar. I just didn't even look. So McDole has been actually filling your shoes.
Yeah, Doc, how do you get this seat to go down? It's up so high. My head's on the ceiling.
I got it ratcheted up there all the way to the top.
Yeah, evidently.
So I can see over the bench.
Yeah. We were tired of just seeing the top of Doc's head over the table.
Because, he's just a little guy, Mike.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Oh, I didn't... that's right. You're probably right.
Doc, did you bring your little shot glass from Zymergist to go, to have people fill up there?
No, actually, I left that there in the studio in case I need it.
Yeah, I washed it for you. I used a little bit of soap and a tiny sponge. You're back with us next week, eh?
Oh, yeah, I'll be there.
Was this the Bar Mitzvah weekend?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, how did that go?
About like you expect.
Did you wear a yarmulke?
No, I forgot. I actually have a tie-dyed yarmulke, but I forgot it.
Leave it to Doc. A tie-dyed yarmulke. What a jerk. So, technically, you could pick up Movember on day 11.
Doc could start growing that thing, and he could just smoke everybody.
He could still
by the
pass
end of November,
everyone.
Dude.
I'll hit the wife up with that. Yeah, we'll see.
All right, Doc. When are you coming home?
Tomorrow. Not soon enough, but tomorrow.
You're ready to get out of there, huh?
Oh, yeah. I could have gone home today if I really would have got what I wanted, but nope.
Yeah. All right. Well, hurry back. I hate doing shows without you, Doc. You know that.
Yeah, I had to miss it, and I'm sad.
All right. So we'll see you next week. We got Shipyard Brewing Company on with us next week.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it's going to be a fun show. Although, I know how you like in-studio guests, and you're getting all the phone call guests, because we had in-studio tonight.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, you're back to phone calls tomorrow. Or next week, anyway.
Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, anytime.
I'll have to thank Chat for that.
You can
thank
Chad.
Chad, you jerk.
Send him a letter.
Someone didn't look at the calendar before he booked a guest.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. All right, brother.
All right, have a good one.
You too. We'll see you.
See ya.
The good doctor. I got to make another appointment. I got a notice. I'm late for my dental appointment.
I haven't had one like 2 years. I got to go back.
Oh, Jip, you got to get in there, man. Yeah. You're covered.
Yeah.
Ish.
Not for surgery, though.
You got to go in and have surgery?
Well, I need to get my molars out, but it's $2,000. And I don't
mean your wisdom teeth?
My wisdom teeth, yeah. I don't have $2,000.
No, yeah.
So I'm kind of...
How come that's not covered? You want me to talk to somebody?
Yeah, talk to Chris. Talk to Chris.
Come on, I'm always offering to talk to somebody. Like anybody gives a shit. Hey, Chris.
It makes you feel good.
You're like the Godfather.
Yeah.
Let me talk to him.
I'll talk to somebody.
I will make him an offer. He can't refuse.
Caller, who are we talking to?
Oh, this is Casey.
Casey, what's going on, brother? Is this?
Hey, I'm calling in because Jesus Christ, the chat room is acting like a bunch of 6-year-olds that seen the first set of titties.
Really?
Yo, gee, man, the way they talk to Bevo, I have to say, man, you guys got to give some respect. You know, none of us want JP back.
No, true that. True that.
There you go.
Bevo, you can't let that happen. You got to put the smack down.
They're not that bad.
You got to punt
They're
them.
not bad. They're not bad, but come on, man. I mean, fucking A. They're all bitching, oh, you know, we got JP, it's all a dick fest in the chat room, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then they get a chick in the room, and then they don't do nothing but talk shit.
They do talk a lot of shit.
Yeah, that's kind of the nature of that.
Someone has to emerge the alpha male at the end of each show.
But I don't want to be mean because I think they're going to be more mean back.
No.
Very non-confrontational.
I've showed you, but I've showed you the controls.
I'm going to catch some shit now, too, you know what I mean?
Yeah, don't worry about that. We got your back. You know what, Bevo?
And can I just say the pooping song did not help.
Do they like the bomb track?
Bomb track.
I mean, the bomb track's pretty good. I don't see why they
wouldn't like it. Dude.
You know?
I hate you.
Well, I think my main point really is that we just don't want JP back.
And
I'm not going anywhere.
And Casey makes a good point.
Yeah, I don't want to be back. Do you think I want to talk to you jerks?
No, Bevo, you got to be firm in there. They'll listen to you. They listen to.
They're being nice. They're saying they love me right now.
All right. Casey, I appreciate the update. Someone's got to let me know because I can't see what's going on in there. And Bevo's new, so she's got to know.
Exactly. Well, and like I said, you know, the main point really is we just don't want JP back.
Yeah. Let's make sure we reiterate the.
Hey, did you change your avatar yet?
No.
Yeah.
Well, you know you love the nipples.
Oh. Yeah. All right. That's right. That's where I stopped this
You're the only one who talks about it.
I know, because it's in my face.
Thanks, Casey. Later.
What, do you got, like a 6-foot-tall cutout picture of it?
Yes. I want to cut them off and make earrings out of them.
Sorry, it's getting a little too creepy for me. I'm going to turn you off. All I want is the bomb track. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I really got to plug this in so that every time you walk into the room, this is all we hear. Bevo, now known as the deuce-laying chat mod.
Deuce. Dropping fatties.
Last caller, what's happening? Caller?
Hello.
Hey, yo, what's happening, brother?
What's up? This is Bad Rock.
Hey, Bad Rock.
What's up, buddy?
What's going on, man?
Oh, I got a couple things. Where the hell's the meat, man?
I got it swinging, pal.
Yeah. I don't really know.
No, you got to get the meat up before you go crashing servers and all that hunky bullshit you're doing.
I'm not really sure what you're talking about.
The meat archive, man.
What? What is the meat?
The lunch meat.
Lunch meat?
Dude, it's friggin' Sunday night. What are you talking about lunch right now?
I haven't had lunch in weeks.
Yeah. Rich people can afford lunch.
Yeah. Are you talking about the mythical creatures?
The mythical creatures,
Unicorn
man.
and the rainbow?
Yes, The unicorn and the rainbow. We got to have the meat, man. This army is dying.
I know. Nothing I can do about that. It's.
I'm telling you, we need a meat flag.
Those archives have a mind of their own. I got nothing to do with it.
Huh.
Weird. Weird how that works. Yeah.
And the other thing I had to say is the wife could so outfit your studio with a stripper pole.
Really?
I think it'd be great.
She sells stripper poles too?
She sells stripper poles.
But Badrock, can she outfit us with the strippers to go with said stripper pole?
She probably could. She's pretty slick, man.
So, just to wrap you guys up, you don't know what we're talking about. So, Badrock's wife, a.k.a. Vanna 1, she did some Vanna White action for us at the GABF this year. We do the Beer Jeopardy game. It's very innocent and beautiful woman pulling off the numbers for us and showing us.
She's in the chat room.
There was also a Vanna number 2, the mysterious Vanna number 2, and if I'm not misquoting the forum, there are apparently naked pictures of Vanna number 2 out there.
That's true. That's what I've heard.
There are some photos floating around our PCS.
I haven't seen them. That's all I want. I'm just making a note that I haven't seen them.
Pics for Jamil's book.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that's like a bartering point there.
And I have an extra copy of Jamil's book, and I offered it for naked pictures.
All right, I got to clean this show up. Thanks, Badrock.
All right, brother.
Later. We got to go before it just gets out of control in here. Pretty soon, Sam's showing his breasts.
Oh, I'll do that.
And,
for $1.
You never want that.
Come on.
That just gets out.
I want that.
All right, everybody.
I like Sam's breasts.
Stay tuned to the BN. I got some beer songs I'm going to play for you for the next hour. They're just kind of hanging out in there if you want to have another beer and enjoy yourself some beer tunes. Otherwise, some archives will be playing later on. What are you angry about, Jimmy?
Where's our exit song?
This is it.
Willie Nelson. Oh. We changed it last week.
We didn't change it. No,
we did change it.
No, we did not.
Changed
we
it.
did not officially change it. No, it was an exception that I made to play Bubbles in My Beer first. This is our exit song.
I'm leaving.
And it always has been.
I'm leaving.
And I'm proud of it.
Taking my cans
and so are the listeners. However, directly following this song is a little Willie Nelson, Bubbles in My Beer.
Well, let me plug in. I'm going to stay.
Yeah, see? You want me to diss the man who... I mean, this is our tune. This is our identity here.
Look, stop. Maybe I'll go poop in your bathroom. In your bathroom.
Thanks again to Pyramid. You can go to pyramidbrew.com, and great brewery. You can find them in all sorts of places. And a lot of fun to have Simon hanging out with us.
That was a lot of fun.
He's a good dude. And we're going to go finish off his snowcap right now. Also, the Imperial Hefeweizen. I think Sam's going to finish most of that.
I will.
He's a heavy guy.
I'm a heavy guy.
All right, everybody.
Bye.
Appreciate the fun. Beavis, thank you. You did a great job today.
Yeah. I hate you.
And
play the bomb track.
Like that.
Well, I'll see you next week.
Bye.
Give me a wheat beer on a hot summer day. A vodka do me when the skies are gray.